All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the little delay here. We lost power for just a quick moment. Jackie Bessler along with you, Carson Sandoval off to my left, and we are here at Seton Catholic, home of the Sentinels. First regular season game between these two squads, and it'll be a fantastic matchup between two unbeatens in 4A. Carson, this should be a good one, but it is going to be warm.
Yeah, it's a cool 104 degrees tonight, Jackie, so, you know, it's not too bad, but I'm sweating.
Just a little bit. The sun just going behind the trees behind us. Couldn't wait for it to actually go away, which will be fantastic. Both squads with great victories last week matching up here, which will be a tremendous matchup between these two squads. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We're going to get into the Vinny's Pizza pregame report when we return to Seton Catholic coming up after this.
You got into a car accident. Well, now you got to put that behind you. It's in the past, and it's because you made the right choice. You had ABC Body Shop tow the vehicle. They help with your insurance company, arrange for a rental car, and the car looks fantastic. They cleaned it inside and out and even took care of the tow. ABC Body Shop is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Best of all, they care about their customers. They're located on Cherry Street in Cottonwood. Aren't you glad you chose ABC Body Shop? Call them at 928-634-6442.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires. At Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Crazy Tony, and the reason I'm here today is to explain to you what Crazy Tony's markets are all about. We offer the same amenities as other gas stations and convenience stores. What sets us apart is what we do with our profits. We are going to make a difference in this valley. We will be supporting local nonprofits and missions, and we will also be supporting youth programs. So come on by a Crazy Tony's. We have 3 convenient locations. Together we can make a difference. Have a great day and be safe.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Welcome to the Vinny's New York Chef's Pizzeria pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 or even order online today at vinnysnewyorkpizza.com and have pasta, subs, burgers, a specialty pizza, and more delivered right away. Don't forget the garlic knots and wings. Now, let's head back live to the press box for Jackie and Carson.
Back here in Seton Catholic High School. In fact, we are in Chandler, Arizona. Jackie Bessler along with Carson Sandoval getting ready for the Mingus Marauders on the road at the Seton Sentinels. The first matchup of these two squads in the regular season as we get into our Vinny's New York Chef Pizzeria pregame report. Hey, don't forget their grand opening has been underway. They have got food and drink specials all the way through, and new is going to be their online ordering. You can go to Vinny'sNewYorkPizza.com and take a look at their brand new menu. They've got new menu items and so much more. We're probably on the air over at Vinny's right now. You can see our smiling faces while you are ordering and enjoying and able to watch Mingus Marauder football out at Vinny's Pizza. And of course, don't forget the Marauder special, $29.99, one 20-inch topping, one topping pizza, 20 wings, 12 garlic knots, and a liter of Coca-Cola to go along with it. Ask for your Marauder special at Vinny's New York Chef Pizzeria. I was on the field before the game, Carson, and this grass is beautiful. It is tight, it is green, it is well cut. There have been golf courses that I have been on that the grass hasn't looked this good.
No, it almost looks like a putting green out there. Walking across it before the game, you know, you could really see. It's one of the few schools that actually has real grass still.
Yes.
You know, everyone's going to the turf, which is nice, but there's nothing like playing on a real field.
No, absolutely not. I agree with that. Want to thank Vinny's New York Chef Pizza once again for sponsoring our pregame report. Now, the last time these two squads have only matched up once, and it happened to be in playoffs. I believe it was 2012.
Yeah, 2012 in the second round. Seton actually went on to win the title that year against Blue Ridge 28-7, but in 2012 we played them down here, neutral site, close game, barn burner. Mingus scored first, up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Seton strikes in the second quarter. We got a tie game going into halftime, 7-7. Third quarter, all knotted up again at 14, and then at the very end, fourth quarter, Seton Catholic scores 2 touchdowns late to take the lead over Mingus and eventually eliminate the Marauders from playoff contention.
Yeah, I think the last score in that one was with about 4 minutes left, so Mingus did have an opportunity to come back in that one, but it was the closest game Seton had in the playoffs. It's the only time that these two teams have matched up now. In 2018, they match up once again, and they come into tonight's game as both unbeaten. Seton has played 2 games, Mingus has played 3, and last week Seton actually got to go to Palm Springs, California.
Yeah, California. They played Xavier Prep, and they actually won that game 39-13. A big win for them going out of state. You know, those are tough games. Those California teams, they take their football really serious. But Seton Catholic is a great team. It's going to be a big test for the Marauders tonight.
Certainly so, and they can throw the ball without a doubt. They can throw the ball. They've got almost 600 passing yards during the course of the season so far in 2 games. Wallace, the quarterback, he's got 675 all-purpose yards, both running and passing so far in the season. So, I mean, he is going to be something to contend with. Nonetheless, you turn it around, Mingus had a phenomenal game last week against Mesquite, another first-time meeting in regular season, first time ever, actually. And, boy, that one came down to the wire, didn't it?
Yeah, nail-biter. We were up in the booth, you know. Stands are rattling, everybody's going crazy. Field goal, unlike Mingus kicking a field goal to win a game, it was awesome, you know, seeing it. They came through, and then Rodriguez clinches the game with just a perfectly placed kickoff that Fanning recovered, just hauling butt downfield, and it was a fun game to watch, fun game to call.
It was. Mingus able to run the ball out. That field goal that you're talking about, a 17-yard field goal, so the ball was 4th and goal from inside the 1. 17-yard field goal puts Mingus up 24-21 with 1:31 left in the game. And the way that Mesquite was throwing the ball, you know, a minute and a half, even with no timeouts, was plenty of time for them to make some distance on the field.
Yeah, their quarterback had a great game. They had some wide receivers who stepped up and made plays, but in the end it came down to special teams, and Mingus was a little bit better, so they came out with the W.
Well, you actually called it at halftime. I said, what's going to be the difference maker in the second half? And you said turnovers.
Yeah.
Whoever produces the most amount of turnovers or takeaways is going to win the game. And in the second half, Mingus actually came out with 3 turnovers in the second half, didn't give the ball away, and that was the key to the game.
Yeah, no, led by Fanning out there, started things off with an interception, and the defense just fed off that and, you know, continued to get stops, key stops on third downs. And credit to the Mingus defense. They played their hearts out last week, and they're going to have to do that again tonight if they want to come out victorious.
No doubts indeed. The Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pregame report here from Seton Catholic High School in Chandler, Arizona will continue when we return after this.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
People always ask us what makes us different than other car dealers. Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everybody deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to care more, try harder, and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee that we'll try our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood this weekend or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
Back here at Seton Catholic High School. I almost said Mingus Union High School because we've been there for 3 weeks in a row.
I wouldn't have blamed you.
No, I probably will a couple of times. And so people, if you will, please keep track and then email me every time I said we were in the wrong location. Yeah. We are actually down in Chandler. The sun is dipping behind, well, the trees, the horizon. There aren't really hills, but that's okay. Miss Mingus Mountain in the background. That's always majestic and beautiful out here. 2 unbeaten teams. The Mingus Marauders come into tonight 3-0. Seton Catholic comes in 2-0. And these two squads are very evenly matched. They really are. You take a look at all the stats, and you know I'm a stat guy. I look at this. Okay, point differential. Look at point differential. Okay, so Seton comes in scoring an average of 39.5 points and giving up 17. Point differential of 22.5. Mingus is coming in averaging 44 points a game offensively, giving up 22 1/3. A difference, point differential, 21 2/3.
And that's about as close as you can get.
Yes, so if you look at this statistically, these teams separate out by 1 point, less than 1 point.
Yeah, they're both high-powered offenses, and Seton led by Vincent Wallace. He's got a quarterback rating of 126.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, he's 35 for 56 completions, over, you said over 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Here's the thing, though, only 1 interception. When you don't turn the ball over, you give your team a great chance to win, and he does a good job protecting the ball for his team. And behind him, he's got Keyshawn Upchurch, 31 carries, 175 yards. He's averaging 5.6 yards a carry. He's got a few touchdowns on the year, and then he's got his couple favorite targets are brothers, Josh and Jacob Hansel. They've combined for a few touchdowns, averaging almost 100 yards a game receiving. So they also play defensive end. So they're going to be a problem for Mingus tonight. I know Coach Ortiz and his guys have game planned for them, those tall brothers, big brothers. You were mentioning talking to the coaches down on the field, saying, who wins in a scuffle between these two? And you said, the furniture always loses.
That's what I was told. Okay, one brother is 6'6", 200.
Yeah.
The other brother is 6'6", 220. Okay, so the difference between them, a year and 20 pounds. Yeah. And that is the difference. And you look at these two squads and you match them up head to head, okay? So rushing yards per game. Mingus, 273 yards per game rushing. Seton comes in with 163 yards on the ground, but they have 268 yards on average per game in the air. Mingus, 225. Mingus actually wins the overall yardage battle with just under 500 yards, offensive yards per game. 431 for Seton. So, it's very evenly matched between these two squads. No doubt about it, okay? Alex Nelson is having a fantastic season, averaging almost 250 yards per game so far. Antoine Zabala averaging almost 225 yards passing per game so far. That is absolutely fantastic. In fact, I started to look up some of the Mingus Marauder records, and both of them well on pace to break Mingus Marauder all-time school records.
Yeah, we've had some great players come through this program, so that just tells you the type of season they're having. And again, I can't mention this enough about Zabala. Last 2 games, 0 interceptions, so hopefully he can keep that up tonight. I'm looking forward to this game. This is going to be a great battle tonight.
Well, certainly so. Mingus on the opposite end has 4 interceptions, which is fantastic. 2 by Chaz Taylor, 2 by Colby Fanning. Taking a look at the schedule out here, Combs, their first opponent, did not play last week. They'll be back in action versus Mesquite, our opponent from last week. Sholo is now 0-3. They lost 60-6 at 2A Thatcher as they welcome, Safford to town. That team is beat up a little bit, and they've gone downhill after the game with Mingus. Mesquite loses last week 24-21 to Mingus. They will host Combe here. Of course, Seton beat Xavier from Palm Springs, California, 39-13 last week. Coconino goes 2-0 with a shutout over Carl Hayden, 27-0. That is our opponent up at Coconino. Coming up next week. Tonight, they go against 0-2 Cortez. So that'll be certainly interesting. Lee Williams beat 3A River Valley by a score of 28-14 tonight. They're at home versus their rival Kingman Academy. Mojave, Bullhead City lost to Lake Havasu, who, by the way, that's probably not a bad loss. 35-21. They'll match up with number 6 Peoria coming up tonight. Bradshaw Mountain 54-14 winners over Yunker last week. Tonight they'll host 2-0 Greenway. So another battle of unbeatens that will be going on the other side of the hill in Prescott Valley. Flagstaff picks up their first win of the year last week over Dysart, 28-7, and they will host the Tempe Buffaloes tonight. Prescott shut out Moon Valley by a score of 43-0. A nice bounce-back win by the Prescott Badgers. Next up, they'll take up winless 0-2 Deer Valley here tonight. So that'll be a good string for the Mingus Marauders, and certainly we want to see some of these squads start getting some victories for PowerPoints. That will certainly play a role. We won't get actual rankings until we get to September 25th. Yeah. Now, we had touched upon Antoine Zabala a little bit with 225 passing yards per game, and Nelson has been running the ball just rampant all over the place. Last week, believe it or not, he had a poor week rushing the ball, if you can believe it. Yeah, no, seriously. So running the ball last week, Nelson had 34 carries, only 171 yards, and he did not see the end zone.
Now, that him not seeing the end zone was, you got to credit Mesquite keeping him out of the end zone, because he's 11th in the state for scoring this year, and still 11th after not even scoring last week.
Right.
So I know he's itching to get in the end zone tonight. Seton Catholic's going to have a tough time stopping him.
Certainly so. Now, Seton has only played 2 games. Mingus has played 3, so some of the stats, especially the 4A stats and the statewide stats, they're a little bit skewed as some teams start to catch up. It'll make a difference on where things land. But right now in 4A, Mingus, Antoine's #1 in passing in 4A, and Alex Nelson's #1 in rushing in 4A. We've got Chaz Taylor, #8 in receivers in 4A, which is fantastic. And Jesus Rodriguez, Danny Rodriguez, is tops in scoring for kicking. He's got 3 field goals on the year. We got to go back to Kronk days to have 3 field goals for Mingus Marauders, okay, which is absolutely fantastic. He's 15 for 18 on points, on extra points, leads 4A and point after attempts and point after attempts made, leads 4A in scoring, kick scoring as well.
He's having a heck of a year. Hopefully he can continue that tonight. Mingus is going to need him here, and hopefully he can keep kicking those special kickoffs that he's mastered.
Oh, yes. No, he's got a 9-iron for a leg.
He does.
He does. He gets a beautiful backspin.
Yeah.
Oh,
kind of like your golf game out there.
Nothing like my golf game.
Like mine. More like mine, huh?
We'll go with that. And on that thought, we're going to take a break here at the Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pregame report. When we return, we'll look at starters in tonight's matchup here at Seton Catholic High School, home of the Sentinels in Chandler, Arizona. We're back after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
You got into a car accident. Well, now you got to put that behind you. It's in the past, and it's because you made the right choice. You had ABC Body Shop tow the vehicle. They help with your insurance company, arrange for a rental car, and the car looks fantastic. They cleaned it inside and out and even took care of the tow. ABC Body Shop is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Best of all, they care about their customers. They're located on Cherry Street in Cottonwood. Aren't you glad you chose ABC Body Shop? Call them at 928-634-6442.
This has been Vinny's New York Chef's Pizzeria pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333. Order online today at vinnysnewyorkpizza.com for pickup or delivery and have delicious pasta, subs, burgers, a specialty pizza, and more ready to go by game time. Vinny's Pizza, located at 516 East 89A in Cottonwood. Call them at 646-3333 or online at vinnysnewyorkpizza.com. We'll return for the kickoff right after this.
Captains for the Mingus Marauders out on the field: Colby Fanning, Antoine Zabala, Chaz Taylor, and Kendrew Strick, wearing number 44, going left to right across your television screen. And if you are thinking, hey, what do you mean television screen? You can watch this game live. You can go to YouTube Verde Valley TV, YouTube/Verde Valley TV, or you can go to verdevalleytv.com and look for a link to get you over to YouTube, and you can watch the game live. And of course, always broadcasting on your Mingus Marauder station, KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM. As we are in the student section here at Seton Catholic Prep, home of the Sentinels.
It's going to be a fun one tonight, Jackie. We are in the heart of the student section.
We are. In fact, I heard the band coming in, playing familiar tunes from sci-fi movies from my era, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you recognize it?
Yeah, I think that was Star Wars?
No. Okay, all right. Well, we'll have to educate the youngin' out here.
I don't know. Anyways, captains for Seton, we got number 32, Peter Fugger, 16, Michael Kinney, number 2, Michael Van Bjorens, and number 7, quarterback Vincent Wallace.
Number 2 is actually Michael Bruwani. Bruwani.
Oh,
yes.
My mistake. Sorry. If his family is listening, I apologize for that.
No, actually, I had to go ask 2 coaches who had to go ask 2 other coaches, because that's not what they call him. They call him Brew Bro.
Brew Bro. Well, I think we should call him that as well.
Yes, they call him Brew Bro, so because that is certainly easier. The field is well lit. It is absolutely gorgeous out here as we are getting set for Mingus Marauder football. First one on the road next week up in Coconino, at Coconino. And so that'll be the first Grand Canyon Region Championship, or first Grand Canyon Region matchup, I should say.
No, getting ahead of ourselves there.
Yeah, certainly so. Hey, I want to give kudos out here to the Mingus Marauder offensive line.
Yep.
Defensive tackle Gabe Myers, the other tackle on the other side, sophomore Ryan Griffin, the guards being Yvonne Martinez and Christian Ruiz, center Zachary Zero Moreno. They have done a phenomenal job in the trenches out here all year long, making holes. And I'll tell you what, you don't have 1,000 yards rushing so far without an offensive line that's doing their job.
No, not in just 3 games you don't.
No.
So credit to those guys. They're working hard up front. Credit to Coach Fernando out there working those boys every day at practice. They always bring their A game. So far they brought it. They're 3 for 3. We'll see if they can go 4 for 4 tonight.
Which is certainly the goal, no doubts about it. Hey, congratulations to in fact, we saw a legendary coach out here, Coach Barrett. Dougie Barrett actually drove the bus for the second bus for the Mingus Marauders this year, or for this particular game, which was absolutely fantastic. Loved seeing him, and the legendary coaching staff saw Coach Dixon out at the field yesterday. In fact, he was or last week he was giving the pre-game talk in the locker room to the team, which was I love that. I'm glad that he had an opportunity to get involved with that. And then, I've seen Coach McKeever, I've seen Coach Kromer, I've seen Coach Galloway, I've seen all the coaches hanging around watching the games, and there's probably even a few of them maybe in the stands across the way. And then Coach Young, as defensive coordinator, on the road, got his first shutout last week.
Yeah, how about that? Being the defensive coordinator, he's super pumped about that, knowing Coach Young, he lived for those shutouts.
We're going to take a quick break out here at Seton Catholic. We'll return right after this.
Free from injury.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Back here at Seton, we'll be ready for our national anthem here in just a moment. You want me to talk? All right, just waiting for the national anthem to get going here. We thought we were ready.
Yeah, I thought you were singing.
No.
Oh.
Is that what you were waiting for?
Yeah, you were practicing on the way over here.
Okay, so this will be a false start on the singer.
Yeah, great. He already got us off to best.
Hey, now wait a second. Why do you think that's against Mingus?
Well, if you're singing it.
Substituting for Jade Aron, Miss
All right.
Kira O'Connor.
Kira
Okay,
O'Connor
here we
will
go.
be substituting. Here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Well, that gets us set for football here in Chandler, Arizona. I was watching the screen, and Old Glory did not flinch, did not move. There is no wind to be spoken of or even breathed out here tonight.
Well, that was great. She did great.
That was fantastic,
I'm
wasn't
glad
it?
you didn't do it.
So is everybody else listening.
Wow, she was awesome job. Awesome job.
Well, the Mingus Marauders are going to be kicking off, and so Seton will get the ball first on their home field. Mingus has had the opportunity to kick off. In fact, so far they've kicked off every game.
Yep. You know, and it's worked in their favor every time, so, you know, stick with what's working. And they're going to be send out that defense, you know, led by Kendra out there, leading tackler for Mingus. He's been all over the field these last 3 games, especially last week, just everywhere.
Back deep for the Sentinels is Colton Christensen, number 5, number 11, Keyshawn Upchurch. We'll see if Mingus kicks it deep or tries to keep it away. Referee gives us the go-ahead, and we are underway. The kick is up. It'll come down to about the 25-yard line. It'll be picked up and then kneeled on right there. So Seton very quickly just kneels on the ball. Number 40, that's Benny Relgado, defensive lineman, I understand. He's out there to block, and he gets the ball. He's just going to kneel on it.
Yeah, bobbled it a little bit and thought, you know what, let me just secure this and, you know, let's not start off the game in a bad way. Gives his offense the ball, and good kick ended up working there for Mingus. Seton back in their own territory now.
Vincent Wallace will take over for his squad with the Sentinels. He is 35 for 56 so far this year, 536 yards in the air, 7 touchdowns, and as Carson mentioned, just a 1 interception during the course of the year. Mingus will come out defensively at corner. Let's take a look at this. At corner, we're going to have Colby Fanning, and the other corner is going to be Fabian Jimenez. Rover will be Chris Matthey. Free safety, Chaz Taylor. Strong safety will be Joe Machado. The bandit will be Tyson Savage. Middle linebacker, Kendrew Strick. Ethan Hayden and Gabe Myers are going to be defensive ends. The tackles here today, Dominic McCauley back for the Mingus Marauders, and number 78, Isaiah Capello.
Refs told Kendrew, get off the field right there. Not sure why.
Man in motion, and quarterback takes the snap, will hand it off up the middle, breaking free, decent gain. And McCauley will take him down for the tackle, and it'll get the ball up to the 20-yard line, so a gain of about 6.
Yeah, so before that play started, the ref went up to Kendrew. He had something on his wrist, told him he had to step off the field. Kendrew back on the field for this play.
And the quarterback looks to throw, throws to the near side, blocking, good blocking, then taken down, an open field tackle out there. And looks like number 40 makes the tackle. 44, pardon me, Streck. Streck will get the tackle out there, and it'll be 3rd and a short.
Yep, and how about they got a digital down marker over there on the far sideline. All electronic, and it looks like they are going to give him a first down as they move the chains.
So 4 yards on the quick little hitter to the near side. Quarterback in the backfield, he's got stacked receivers on both sides. One back in the backfield, hands it up to the back end. He'll get tackled for a short gain for about 3. That's going to be Upchurch with the run. And McCauley makes the tackle, 3 yards on the carry, 2nd and 7. Seton going from right to left in a red across your television screen. Ball is sitting at about the 26-yard line. Upchurch in the backfield out there with Wallace. We got 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Takes his time. There's the snap. Looks to throw. Quick throw. Catch is made as Jimenez will make the tackle. Number 88 on the catch, and that is going to be Jacob Hansel.
Yep, that's the older brother there of the 2 brothers. A big target out there. You know, I mean, really throw it anywhere out there. He's probably going to bring it in. Just just towers over everybody out on the field.
He does at 6'6", no doubt about it. That's his first catch of the game, and the flag comes out. So the referees will get involved here, and it looks like it's going to go against Mingus, possibly an encroachment.
Yeah, not what you want to start on this first defensive series here for Mingus. I know they're going to want to cut down on penalties. Had a bunch of them last week. That's and then, coming on the road, it's even tougher. So you're going to want to clean that up if they want to have a successful night.
Quick 1st and 5, the ball at the 46-yard line. Seton hands it off. Upchurch able to avoid Streck, but not the rest of the Mingus Marauders. I see Tyson Savage getting up, and looks like it might be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Streck didn't make the tackle, but got in there to slow him up and had the rest of the boys come in and clean it up.
That's nice when you've got a cleanup crew, huh?
Yeah, got to swarm to the ball. Mingus doing just that tonight.
2nd and a 6 now for the Sentinels. First drive of the game, still first quarter action. 0's on the scoreboard from the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard. Handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it. Tries the near side. Mingus will flush him into and out of bounds. And it's going to be a loss of about another 1.
Yeah, Mingus doing a good job reading their keys there, staying home, playing disciplined football, and not fooled at all. There were about 4 guys had outside containment there, nowhere for Wallace to go, just takes it out of bounds.
So it'll be an official sack out there for Chaz Taylor, running him out of bounds. And I think the announcer's wrong. I think it's only a loss of 1. So 3rd and 7 for Seton, their first 3rd and long attempt. They got 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw, throws it into the ground. He's hit hard out there by, it looks like, is that Hayden? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, got him as soon as Wallace was getting ready to release that ball and gets his arms wrapped around him. Ball just goes right into the turf. So Mingus forces a punt early here.
Seton back to punt.
First incompletion, and that'll force a punt or an apparent punt from Seton. Back for the Mingus Marauders. Back in number 10 is going to be Alex Nelson. He's been wearing 34 at home. Low snap, picks it up off the bounce, gets it off. Good booming punt. There is room. Nelson takes it inside the 20, makes a man miss, comes to the near side, outruns 1 tackler, able to spin off of him. He's past the 30, across the 50, and onto the Sentinels side of the field, all the way back past the original line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line.
Broke a tackle at the 35, did almost pretty much a 360, gets wrapped around there with this jersey being drugged, almost ripped another one. I hope for him they brought an extra jersey, because this guy goes through jerseys like I go through socks.
Right, no kidding. No doubts about it. So Mingus with the ball at the Seton 41-yard line, their first drive of the game. Antoine Zabala will come out and get the group ready. He's got 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, out in the shotgun. There's the snap, and they will hand it off, and there goes Nelson. Nelson, a short gain. He just gets 1 into and just past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was number 40 making that tackle. Benny Regalado, the guy who bobbled the opening kickoff of the game, decides to get back out there and make something happen for the Seton Catholic defense.
A 4-4 defense from Seton. So they put a lot of guys in the box, especially against the Mingus Marauders.
Yep.
No wonder teams have had some trouble running against this squad. There's the snap. Mingus will hand it off. Coming to the near side. Has a little bit of a hole. And Nelson will get a gain, but he'll have to get his helmet back up and off the turf. Yeah. He may have to go off for a play as well. He picks up 5, and I'm glad the noggin's okay.
Yeah, glad he's okay, but a bummer he's got to go off here, because this is a big 3rd down for Mingus in this first quarter. First one they've faced today. And, you always want to have Nelson out there on 3rd down.
3rd and 5 for the Mingus Marauders. Colby Fanning will come into the backfield. Menes will switch sides. They'll go trips to the far side. The long side of the field. There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw. Antoine is sacked, and sacked hard out there by number 88.
Yeah, that was big Jacob. What's his last name? Hansel making the big hit on Zabala. Glad he's able to pop up from that. And with just around 7 minutes left here in the first quarter, we got a 0-0 score, and Mingus is going to be forced to punt. So the second punt coming up of the night, something we haven't seen a lot of from Mingus this year.
No, certainly not. Rodriguez punts, almost had it blocked. It goes and will bounce close to out of bounds, and they're going to mark it out at the 22-yard line. So almost got the punt inside the 20, but certainly put it at a place that nobody was going to be able to run that one back.
Yeah, and that's 2 punts. Seton's punt and Mingus' punt almost blocked. Very, very close to being blocked, and could be a big difference in this game, but not the case. So Seton takes over with better field position than they did on their first drive.
Mingus with their defense back on the field, 6:55 left to go, first quarter action. Second drive here by Seton, spread formation, trips to the far side. There's the snap and a pitch to the outside. Finding a little bit of running room is Upchurch, and he'll pick up 8, maybe even 9.
Yeah, the biggest play of the night by either team on offense. And a big gain on first down. That's what you want to do on first down. Make that 2nd and down short. That way you can open up the playbook and really call whatever you want.
2nd and actually they're going to call it 8 on the carry, so 2nd and 2. There's the snap and they hand off coming near side. Upchurch finds a hole, able to break away, keeps on his feet and able to spin his way around. Heading down the field, he's at the 30, he's at the 20, and tackled from behind by Colby Fanning.
And there is a flag on the play thrown at about the 35-yard line. Wallace staying back, and it looks like they are going to call this back for a hold, but gosh, what a run by Upchurch, just juking and jiving, and then a spin move that made everybody miss and almost breaks it, but the hustle from Fanning able to take him down at about the 10, but it's all going to be for nothing because it's coming back.
Huge break for the Mingus Marauders. Tragedy out there for Seton. And that's one that won't look good in films. I don't care who you are or what school or what team. That one's going to be dangerous in films, no doubt. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty against the Sentinels. And it'll make it 2nd and 11 from their own 25-yard line. And the 60-some-odd yard carry by Upchurch comes off the scoreboard. Twins to either side now from Seton. 2nd and 11 once again. Quarterback will send his man out to the side in a wing position. There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw, throws, has an open man, caught and dragged down, but he'll get up towards the 33-yard line for a gain of about 8.
Yeah, that was Colton Christensen getting about, about 8 on the pass play there. Fanning coming up, making a nice open field tackle, spun him around a little bit, and finally able to bring him to the ground. So again, another big third down here in this first quarter with just under 6 minutes to play.
3rd and 3. Mingus hoping for a tackle for a loss out here. Wallace takes it, snaps it, pitches it to the near side, breaks one tackle and unable to get away from the rest of the Mingus Marauders as Ethan Hayden gets another tackle out there, bringing up a 4th down.
Yeah, Kendrew in the backfield once again on those pitch plays, unable to bring him down, but again, slows him down just enough for his teammates to come finish the job. And then Seton sends out the punt team. Here, 0-0 score in the first quarter.
Nelson had a nice run back the first time. He'll get another shot out here. The punt is up, low line drive. There's a bounce. It's a kiddie bounce. He'll pick it up and take it, tries the middle and gets collapsed on very quickly. Mingus will take over at their own 37-yard line. Not a horrible field position.
No, but Fanning's helmet pops off now, so he'll have to come out. And looks like there must be some pads popping down there.
3 yards on that return for the Marauders.
No doubts about it. One of these two puts a giant security blanket into their season. The other one is going to be fighting.
Yeah, you know, power points are going to be tough to come by for Mingus this year, starting the season. So you got to pick up as many wins as you can, and this is going to be a tough test tonight.
Trips to the near side for the Mingus Marauders. Zabala's in the backfield. He'll take the snap, and he will throw to the near side, and it's going to be Bessler with the catch. And he'll pick up a couple just out of the backfield. Second catch for the junior this year. He'll get 2 and move the chain just a little bit.
Yeah, nice catch from Bessler there. A great play from number 16. That was Michael Kenny coming up from his safety position. Read that, but again, a nice little pickup for Mingus on first down.
No score, first quarter. 4:50 left to go in the first quarter. And that's the first completed pass for the Mingus Marauders here in the game so far. There's the snap, and there goes Nelson. He's got a breakaway. He makes one man miss. He's got a first down into Sentinel territory down to the 44-yard line.
And he was brought down by number 2. That's Michael and Van Bro.
Yeah, they call him Van Bro.
Van Bro. And I tell you what, he's not a very big kid, but he just stepped up and took Nelson down right there. So I mean, he plays bigger than he is out there. That's for sure. Just a great open field tackle. It looked like Nelson was going to break that open for a touchdown. But again, a nice open field tackle from Van Bro, number 2.
I think it's Van Bruni.
Van Bruni. I'm going to get it right before we end here.
Well, that one was ugly. That was Antoine Zabala, and chose not to pitch it. Instead, ended up taking a sack, second sack in the game. That one goes for about 2 yards.
Yeah, they were running the option right there. Zabala faked the pitch at first, but decided to keep it. If he could have that back, I'm sure he'd want to give that off to Nelson there.
I think he would want to actually pitch it a lot sooner than he even was set up to pitch it. 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Second and about 12, and there goes the run up the middle. The Mingus Marauders, Nelson picks up the 2 that we lost and picks up another 4, give him 6. He's got 4 carries and 27 yards here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Seton, obviously their game plan tonight, contain Nelson. It's going to be hard to do for anybody. He's a great running back, and this offensive line does an excellent job opening up holes for him. But as you said earlier in the broadcast, Seton likes to put a lot of men in the box, trying to make it difficult as they can here for Mingus.
Trips to the far side, 3rd and 7 for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap, and they do give it to Nelson. He's breaking away. He's got the first down inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and credit to Coach Ortiz sticking with the dive right up the middle there. Nice read from everybody, doing what they had to do. Picked up a huge first down for Mingus, continuing this drive into the red zone.
Great block at the line. moved a giant defensive tackle just enough. And then when Nelson busts through that hole, he comes flying out like a rocket. 1st and 10 for the Mingus Marauders. First time in the red zone now. There's the snap. Zabala looks, throws, near side, just barely out of the reach of Chaz Taylor. Threw it to the corner post.
Yeah, threw it to only where Chaz could get it. Chaz had a couple steps on his man there. And, you know, obviously if he was able to bring that in, it would have been one of the best catches he's ever seen. Just overthrown, though. And, you know, Zabala, you know, he's going to want to have that one back. Just missed him. And that's, you know, that's the first time this year we've seen Zabala, you know, I think 2 incomplete passes. He's been starting out this season, you know, just on fire.
Actually, he's 1 of 2 for 2 yards. He had 1 completion to Bessler. 2nd and 10 now. The ball is sitting actually just inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. No score on the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard. 0-0 with 2:46 left to go in the first quarter. Bessler in motion. There's the snap. Pitch to the outside. There goes Nelson. Can he get the corner? He does. He's inside the 5, the 2, the 1, and will they give him the touchdown? No.
Oh.
Tackle made by number 16,
and that goes back to
flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the far side at about the
is.
10-yard line. So Nelson went diving for the goal line and was there, but the yellow litter will play a role once again. This will be 2 big plays taken back by flags so far in this game.
Yeah, crucial plays. That would have been set up Mingus an excellent opportunity to put the ball in the end zone, but it looks like it is going to come back because it is a hold on Mingus. But going back to that play, that was they ran the option again. The first time they ran it, Zabala took the sack. That time gives it up to Nelson. Nelson gets outside, but negated by the penalty.
It only ends up as a 4-yard penalty, so to speak. So 2nd and 14, the ball now outside the red zone. So Seton successful in pushing Mingus out of its red zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
23-yard line is the line of scrimmage. A little better than 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Here go the Marauders, and a flag comes out from the flag man on the far side once again.
False start on the Marauders.
And they're going to go a false start on the Marauders. Jimenez was in motion. Looked like he was coming straight across, but okay. So now 2nd and 19, as Mingus has now dug themselves a hole with back-to-back penalties here.
Yeah, it takes them, you know, in the red zone, then down to the 1 now, outside of the red zone now.
Zabala will switch Nelson to the other side. He'll put another man in motion, and quarterback's looking to throw. Throws downfield, has a man, and it is tipped up in. No good, almost caught at the last second out there, intended for Streck.
And we do have another flag on the field back where Zabala threw the pass at, and it looks like it's going to be on Mingus once again.
And Michael Kenny Jr. flags on the play.
And you're not supposed to pick up the flag, young man. You're supposed to leave it there on the field. Well, so it will go against Mingus, and it'll be a 10-yard penalty. So 2nd and 29.
Oh, that's not good.
2nd and 29 for the Mingus Marauders. Streck was double covered on that one.
Almost brought it in, too.
Yeah, the ball was tipped. The safety went up and tipped it, and if Streck had a little more end zone, he might have been able to come down with it.
Yeah, so with 2:13 left in the first quarter, we got a 0-0 score. Mingus going backwards.
Quarterback looking to throw. He scrambles to the near side, throws on the run, has a man, trying to see if he caught it. Yes, he did, and that's going to be Mestis with the catch. And that's going to pick up about 8. It's still going to be 3rd and about 21.
Yeah, Mestis doing a nice job sliding, making the reception. You know, it's never easy when it's 3rd and 20, but it's better than 3rd and 29.
Certainly so. So here come the Marauders, the important 3rd down. Now the other question is whether or not we are in Rodriguez field goal range.
Ah, yes.
There's the snap. Zabala's back. He throws. It's picked off in the middle of the field, going the opposite direction, and cut down at about the line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line, number 41.
Yeah, that was, he just played it, a middle linebacker dropping into coverage there, and that's Dominic Pastor. Just at the right spot, jumped up, good hands by the linebacker there, able to bring it in and brought down by Mestis for Mingus. So, first turnover of the game goes to Seton, and now they take over at their 30-yard line.
Seton uses pictures to call their plays. One of the pictures is the Pope.
Oh, what do you know?
Because I saw him on the back of the board out here. Yeah, how about that? All right, here come the Sentinels. Trips to the near side, 30-yard line, and there's the snap. Wallace steps back, throws, has a man up underneath. The screen is open, and it'll go for about 8 or 9 yards out there. And, getting up slow is the man who the screen went to. That was Upchurch, and he's getting up a little slow, but 9 yards on the reception out there.
Yeah, that's a guy that Seton cannot lose, averaging 87 yards a game rushing and receiving, averaging around 84. So he's a dual threat out there, definitely, and he's actually going to come off the field for a play and be looked at by the medical staff for Seton Catholic.
Number 2 will jump in there for him, which is Aiden Keneally. So he'll be in the backfield. 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line. Just about 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Wallace looks to throw, has a man, quick hitter, and caught and out to the 50-yard line to the Mingus side of the field at the 49. 10-yard gain, 12-yard gain out there for number 88. And that is going to be Jacob Hansel.
Yep, that big brother out there making some plays, and now at under 20 seconds here, we're first down for Seton at midfield.
And they do get a playoff. Wallace throws once again. They have Hansel, and he'll pick up another close to a first down, close to the 40. They are going to move the chains and give them 11 out there.
Yeah, and so Seton moving the ball by throwing it here, and this first quarter getting ready to come to a close. Clock will start as soon as the chain's set, and they do, and we're at under 10 seconds. We'll see if Seton decides to take another snap here.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. Wallace takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw. He finds a little bit of pressure, runs to the outside, does chuck it downfield, has a man, overthrows him as time runs out. The end of the first quarter is full of goose eggs. No time on the clock. Sentinels and Marauders here in Chandler, Arizona, knotted up at zeros. We'll return for quarter number 2 after this.
Hi, I'm Crazy Tony, and the reason I'm here today is to explain to you what Crazy Tony's markets are all about. We offer the same amenities as other gas stations and convenience stores. What sets us apart is what we do with our profits. We are going to make a difference in this valley. We will be supporting local nonprofits and missions, and we will also be supporting youth programs. So come on by a Crazy Tony's. We have 3 convenient locations. Together we can make a difference. Have a great day and be safe.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Ball is sitting at the Mingus Marauder 38-yard line. That's where we will start quarter number 2. Jackie Bessler, Carson Sandoval here on Verde Valley TV, YouTube /Verde Valley TV, and KYBC AM 1600, 96.3 FM, and myradioplays.com. Now the team in red, the Sentinels, Seton, going from left to right across your television screen out here as we start off with a 2nd and 10. Wallace takes the snap and will hang on to it himself, tries the right-hand side. He has a few yards and skips out of bounds with a gain of about 4.
And there is a flag on the play at about the 39-yard line. Ref tosses it, and then it's usually in the spot of a holding penalty right there at the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the call is, and Seton Catholic is moving back. Oh, and it looks like it is going to go against Seton. You know, so Mingus actually got into this closing out the the first quarter, driving, actually got down to inside the 1-yard line, but called back for a penalty, and then they had 2 more penalties following that, and just totally ended their drive there.
Took themselves out of everything range.
Yep.
Certainly did, and then ended up with the INT with the turnover on 3rd and long, which wasn't the worst thing in the whole wide world.
Nope.
Empty backfield now, and Mingus jumps across.
And these continue to be the Achilles heel of Mingus here. Really, only thing that stopped them this year has been these penalties that they just continue to rack up, and they're going to have to do a better job here keeping their focus, especially those little 5-yarders are the ones you never want to give up. It just makes it so easy for the offense.
2nd and 16 now, and here comes the jet sweep as it is swallowed up by the Mingus Marauders. Streck came up, and it looked like Myers finished it off. A short gain up there for Upchurch. He'll pick up 1, so 3rd and 15 now. And while you were talking, I was just kind of glancing through, and so far the referees and penalties have more yardage than either team. Not exactly true, but it's close, believe it or not. It is close.
You know, hopefully that'll clean up here shortly.
11.5 minutes left to go in the first half. 1 man in the backfield for Wallace. The Sentinels with the ball, a 3rd and 15. Look to pass the ball. Drops back, throws the ball downfield, and has a receiver. It is caught between 2 Mingus Marauders, and number 5 with a phenomenal catch down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Colton Christensen makes a great catch in between 2 Mingus defenders, but takes an absolutely huge hit from Chaz Taylor. And medical staff out on the field now. Hopefully he'll be okay, but he did take a big hit, and he is down momentarily.
Well, we're going to give him a little bit of privacy down on the field. We're going to take a break with him about 35 yards on the reception. And when we come back, it'll be 1st and 10. Actually, no, the ball's at the 13-yard line. Well, according to where the yard markers are. We're going to take a break here from Chandler, Arizona, home of the Sentinels. The Seton Catholic Sentinels will be back after this. First and 10 now from the 12-yard line for the Seton Sentinels. 34 yards officially on the pass play out there to Christensen, who was able to get up and walk off, thank goodness, on his own power. And they will bring a replacement, and they're going to put Upchurch to the near side all by himself. 1 man in the backfield out there for Wallace, the quarterback. There's the snap, and a quarterback holds, looks to run, comes to the near side, and he's looking to pass. Now he will run and will run out of bounds, and will gain about 1 as Kendrew Streck comes down and drives him out of bounds. But he picks up 2. Kept the play alive,
Yeah, looking, and I was watching the secondary of Mingus right there. They had everybody covered up, nowhere for him to go. Makes the smart decision, not forcing anything. You know, just run out of bounds, take what the defense gives you, and live the place for 2nd down.
2nd and 8 now from the 10-yard line. 0-0 on the scoreboard. A little better than 10.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Wallace barks out the snap. There goes Upchurch. cuts it back inside, has a little bit of lane. Mingus will cover it up. Decent gain. Give him 5. It'll be about 3rd and 3, close to the 5-yard line out there.
Yeah, and Mingus is going to have to do a good job here, dig their heels in, and stuff whatever play Seton decides to come up with. Now they can get the first down before they can get into the end zone here, but that'll put them right around the 2-yard line, 1-yard line.
2 men in the backfield now, showing power to the left-hand side for Wallace and Seton. There's the snap. They'll give it to the second back, and Mingus will cover it up quickly. It'll be short of the first down. He needed 4. He got about 3. So 4th and very short. What do you do here, Carson?
I would go for it, and I think that's what Seton's going to, or actually, yeah, it looks like Seton is going to go for it. So the biggest play of the ball game here with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they're going to quick snap it, and they get the first down with a quick quarterback sneak there. Nice call from Seton. They're kind of caught Mingus a little off guard. They went up with the quick snap, and Wallace just falls forward for a yard, picks up the first down. Now that brings up 1st and goal at the 1.
Well, just inside. Well, they're gonna mark it just inside the 2 out there. So Mingus now has got to fight really hard to keep Seton out of the end zone. 9.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. No score. It has been a battle, and actually it was close enough that the referee on the far side had to kind of go back and forth and make a judgment call on where that spot was.
Yeah, a lot of bodies down there in the middle. It's always tough to see exactly where that ball lands.
Wallace gets behind that big offensive line. He's got Upchurch in the backfield, the little speedy one. He's got 2 receivers to the near side. There's the snap. They give it to Upchurch, who is caught in the backfield. You got Streck in there. You got Hayden in there. And it looks like Myers as well. And it's going to be a loss of a little, probably a loss of 1.
Yeah, excellent job by the Mingus front there. Just winning the line of scrimmage, pushing Seton back, and forcing the loss of yards. Now they got to do the same thing here, but they got some receivers to the right side of the field.
There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw, and he runs into some trouble. He's in pressure. He throws, and the ball is not caught in the end zone. Intended for Jacob Hansel, and he's mad at himself that he didn't catch that one.
Credit to the Mingus front there, getting pressure on Wallace. Had to escape the pocket and forced not his most accurate throw of the night. Still had a chance to be caught. Now this forces a big 3rd down.
So 3rd and goal from the Mingus Marauder 3, maybe 3.5 yard line. No score, second quarter action, a little better than 8.5 minutes left to go. Glad you're along with us for Mingus Marauder football. Wallace taking his time getting up to the line. Wondering where that play clock is. He's in shotgun. He's got Upchurch back there with him. There's the snap, looking to throw. Throws, goes for the slant. Ball is up and no good. Double coverage, great coverage out there for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, Jimenez all over his man out there. They try to go with the quick slant, but broken up, and now a 4th down. What do you do now, Jackie? You kick this, or you decide to go for it?
Points are a premium. Points are a premium. What I would do is I'd take a timeout and think about it. You know what? Hey, that's exactly what they did. Hey, we're going to take a timeout with them. 8:44, no score. 4th and 3.5 from the 3.5. When we return to Seton High School after this.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Stand up there. I can see you.
Back here at Seton High School. That's one. I almost called it Mingus. Since we've been home for 3 games, now we're on the road as we are in the student section, and the students are getting rambunctious, to say the least. Not exactly sure what's going on, but it's tradition, I'm sure. 4th down play. It's a pitch to the near side as Upchurch is tackled by the Mingus Marauders, and the defense holds Kendra Streck. No, actually, that's Ethan Hayden coming up with the tackle for the Mingus Marauders.
Big goal line stand from the Mingus defense. Defense has got to be pumped right there. Hopefully that'll get this offense ignited here and get a nice drive going. They're going to have to go the length of the field if they want to put some points on the board, but can't give enough credit to that Mingus defense, especially that front. Just bringing the pressure, all 4 downs right there, and Mingus gets their first turnover of the game.
Well, the Seton coaching staff chooses not to go with a short field goal, and instead a 4th down conversion is stopped by the Mingus Marauders. Empty backfield now for the Mingus Marauders. Antoine Zabala's back. He's being blitzed. Gets himself out of the end zone and will lean forward. Almost a safety out there as Seton came like a ton of bricks out there. As a 5-yard sack will make it 2nd and 15 from about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Zabala fortunate to get out of the end zone right there. Ref's giving him a nice forward progress. Mingus will take that. And then again here, they're bringing the pressure. They're looking for that safety. They're looking to get points any way they can get it. We'll see if Mingus decides to go to the air again.
Well, obviously the pressure is looking to come here as Seton is bringing it. There's the snap, and the quarterback pitches to the near side. Here goes Nelson, gets to the outside. He's past the 10, past the 15, and out of bounds. And a little late activity. Christensen back in the game. That's good to see.
Yes, very good.
As Nelson picks up 17 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, nice play call there from the Mingus offense. Just do something quick, pick up some yards to give you some breathing room back there. They pick up more than that, and now 1st down and a lot more room to work with.
Certainly so. You don't have that goal line sitting behind you like a bad stranger. Zabala throws to the outside, has a man. It's going to be Nelson in the flats. Cuts around one man, can't completely get around him, but a decent gain on 1st down. We'll call it 2nd and 7 or 8.
Yeah, nice play call on 1st down there. Again, just get the ball to the outside. That's where you want to get Nelson. Get him on the edge. Let him use his speed and his elusiveness to pick up yardage for this Mingus offense, and looks like that's what Coach Ortiz is trying to do on this series.
Trying to see if that was the first catch here for Nelson. He didn't catch a ball in last week's game. He had a couple in the first game, but none in the last week's game. He's back in the backfield now. Mingus takes the snap, and the referee will stop the play, and we'll call it encroachment. Well, he's hitting the hips. Now the question is which way is he going to point? And I think it could be against Seton. If it is, that'll be a 1st down Mingus.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's the way the players on the field are moving. So automatic 1st down for Mingus right there. Jackie, I feel like I'm back in high school here with being surrounded by all these kids here. We are living it. We're in the belly of the beast.
Well, the difference is on a Friday night, you were on the field, bud.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's kind of fun up here.
Yeah, certainly so. The big bookends, the Henson brothers in there at defensive ends. Actually, number 13's on the far side, and that's going to be Kyle Fernandez. Mingus with a spread offense, 2 receivers to either side, 1 man in the backfield here for 1st and 10. There's the snap, and now we're going to stop it again. And now we are going to get a false start, so it's going to be 1st and 15 now.
And every time Mingus gets a little something going, a penalty creeps up and moves them in the wrong direction.
So the line of scrimmage for our radio listeners is going to be just inside the 30, probably the 27-yard line. Mingus at their own 27-yard line. 6.5 minutes left to go, 2nd quarter action. No score on the scoreboard. Zabala's back, empty backfield. He looks to throw, throws downfield, has a man. Jumping up for it is Taylor, and does not get the pass.
No, ball sails out of bounds, just a little bit overthrown there. Chaz looking just to go with the fade out to the sideline. Falls incomplete. Now it brings up a 2nd and long. I feel like Mingus has faced a lot of these tonight. These downs that you're not normally used to facing. A lot of 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs.
2 receivers to either side for Mingus. Nelson in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders, taking their time getting back to the line. 6:24 left to go in the half. Streck is going to be in motion, coming to the near side. They send somebody up on him, and here comes Nelson looking for a break. He cuts it through the middle, has passed the original line of scrimmage out to about the 37-yard line, making it a manageable 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice patient running there from Nelson, following his blockers, taking his time, and makes it a 3rd and definitely manageable for this Mingus offense. We'll see what they decide to go with here.
Pardon my math out there. He picks up 10, making it 3rd and 5.
Yep.
So the ball is just inside the 40-yard line at about the 38 now. Mingus reestablishes themselves. They go trips to the near side. Nelson in the backfield. There's the pitch. Nelson's got blockers, cuts it up underneath, and fights his way forward. Should be enough for a 1st down. Move the chains, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, credit to that Mingus offensive line there, and the guys on the outside blocking. Just Nelson doing an excellent job of knowing where the sticks are to pick up that 1st down. Actually got a little bit of help at the end there with the tackler, kind of rolled him over his body, and just to definitely secure the 1st down.
Mingus taking their time a little bit, probably giving everybody a breather.
Yeah.
No doubts about it, but they'll stay up at the line. Tight formation. 2 receivers to the near side. They're going to put Streck in motion. There's the snap, and they do hand it off to Nelson. Nelson drives through the middle, gets some blocks, and he'll pick up about 6 on 1st down right at midfield. So Mingus a 2nd and 4 at the middle of the field.
Yeah, Mingus finding some success with this ground attack. Here we'll see if Coach Ortiz continues to work Nelson back there. And these guys got to be tired. First 3 games up in Cottonwood, weather still hot down there, but not as hot as it is down here. That the heat is definitely having an effect on our guys tonight.
No doubts about it. 2nd and 4, Nelson stays in. They're going to do trips to the far side. Zabala with 4.5 minutes takes the snap. They do hand it off to Nelson. Nelson skimmies through a hole back to the original line of scrimmage. Got hit 2 yards behind the line. Fights his way back to the line.
Yeah, Penny Rigolato on the stop there, doing a nice job bringing Nelson down by the ankles. Always tough to bring him down just by yourself, but able to do so.
Important 3rd down here, not only for keeping possession of the ball with a 0-0 tie, but also for clock management with 4 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. Zabala takes the snap, looks to throw, has a man to the outside, chooses to throw and overthrows him. Saw Nelson out there too late and overthrows him. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and it stops the clock with 3:49 left to go.
Yeah, I don't know if Zabala got hit in the back as soon as he was trying to release that, but I think he would have been able to pick up the 1st down running. But Zabala's always looking downfield, always does an excellent job keeping his eyes downfield, and saw an open man try to get it to him, just didn't work out. So Mingus does bring out the punt team.
Upchurch is back for the Sentinels. Rodriguez, the snap's over his head, and he's going to have to dive on it and cover it right at the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. So a snap boo-boo gives the Sentinels a huge break, and they will have 3:44 left to go with 2 timeouts in the half, and the ball at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, just, special teams, a big part of Mingus's win last week. Tonight, so far, not off to the greatest of starts. Bad snap over the head of Rodriguez, really had no chance of getting that. Does a good job just jumping on it, so Seton couldn't pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. Now, defense going to have to come out and work extra hard to keep the Sentinels out of the end zone once again.
And, and they've been working hard already, so tiring or endurance starting to play a role out here. There's the snap. Quarterback throws. They throw to the outside, hit, and the ball pops loose, and it's covered by Mingus. The question is, was it a catch?
I think it was I would say it's pass was going behind the line of scrimmage as a lateral there. I mean, it was, and I think that's what the refs are saying, and it was. The pass went backwards. So it's a fumble. You know, as soon as it hits the ground, it's a fumble. Mingus doing an excellent job being heads up, rushes to the football, picks it up, and now Mingus gets the ball actually where their last drive stalled at.
Certainly so. A fumble recovery out there by number 48. Hayden gets the fumble recovery for the Mingus Marauders, and a huge turnover. And Mingus will get the ball back. Yeah, they were at the 50. Now they're at their own 46.
So they catch a break there. You know, Seton caught a break. Now Mingus catches a break. We'll see who can take advantage of these turnovers.
There's the snap, and Zabala pitches outside. There goes Nelson down the sideline, close to a first down. And they're going to mark him just short. About 9 yards on the carry. That's going to put Mingus back into Seton territory.
Yeah, Mingus really having success with this quick option play they're running between Zabala and Nelson. You know, the chemistry between the two is excellent.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side, one back in the backfield. There's the snap, and they give it to Nelson. Nelson gets the corner. He's got the first down, cuts up underneath for more. He is down inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line.
Nice blocking on the outside from the Mingus wide receivers. Mingus, you know, last drive stalled at about the 50, but they're coming out, you know, running the ball again, you know, trusting in that offensive line, letting them push it back.
Clock gets rolling again. Mingus still has all 3 timeouts. 2:42 left to go in the clock. No score in the first half so far. Zabala barking out commands, changing a play at the line. Looking for the snap. There's the snap, and there's the handoff, and up the middle goes Nelson. And Nelson, a good gain, give him about another 7.
Yep, coming up on 2 minutes here in the first half. And this is something we haven't seen. No points from Mingus to start a football game.
And it's something that Seton hasn't seen either. No points for Seton to start a game.
Yeah.
113 yards so far in the first half for number 10, Alex Nelson for the Mingus Marauders. He's in the backfield again. 2 receivers near side, one to the far side. And there's the snap. They give it to Nelson. Nelson to the outside. And could have enough. They're going to keep the clock rolling. Looks like they've got enough for a first down. Give them another 6.
Yeah, you know, if Mingus is going to pick up 6 to 7 yards each time they're running it, you know, you got to stick with it. And I like that. That's what Coach Ortiz has decided to do here. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's true, as long as you can keep oxygen in the young man, right?
Yeah, get him some Gatorade.
He's in the backfield once again, 1st and 10, and movement on the defensive side of the line. Zabala's taking his time, less than a minute and a half left. He's back, looking to throw, releases, has a man downfield, and into double coverage, and is it picked off or was it out of bounds?
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
What a catch from Chaz.
Oh my gosh, I thought for sure that was picked off. Chaz Taylor got that in between 2 giant red jerseys.
Yeah, I thought when he landed he was out of bounds, but ref all over it, inbounds. What a catch. Well, here's the replay here. Chaz just goes up and out jumps the defenders as both defenders fall to the ground. Chaz with, you know, that's why he's one of the best wide receivers in this 4A division. You know, just doing what he does, and I like Zabala. Just throw it up there, give your man a chance, and that's what he does. Chaz has the height advantage and the vertical advantage there, and, you know, he does what he does, brings in the touchdown.
First touchdown by either squad, and Rodriguez in for the extra point. It is up. It looks good. It is good, and we get our first score of the game. Mingus, with 1:19 left to go in the first half, takes a 7-0 lead over the Sentinels from Seton Catholic. We'll return to Chandler, Arizona after this.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Well, the 27-yard touchdown grab, and Chaz was so nonchalant. I've been here before.
That's nothing to him. He does that all day.
Oh, my goodness.
He's been doing it for years.
I thought for sure that he did not catch it with his as calm as he
with
was.
his reaction, yeah, because he was kind of tough for us to see from all the way where we're at.
Rodriguez boots it up in the air. It comes down at about the 20-yard line. It is returnable out there by the Sentinels. Big hit laid on by the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, that was Machado right there coming up with a huge collision.
So Mendoza with the return. He'll get his squad out to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Sentinels going to start this drive with 1:15 left to go in the quarter.
So Mingus' defense has forced 2 turnovers the last time, had a goal line stand, and then forced a big hit, forcing a fumble that was a lateral. And now if they're able to hold Seton right here, go into halftime, Mingus offense comes out with the ball and some momentum. That would be the best case scenario here for the Marauders.
Empty backfield for the Sentinels. They throw to the far side, and with the catch and out of bounds is going to be big number 88, and that's going to be Hansel. That'll be the Jacob variety.
Yep.
9 yards on the reception out there to Hansel. And he gets out of bounds. 1:09 left to go in the half. And I imagine they're going to go to him quite a bit here, especially if Mingus plays soft on his side. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Empty backfield, man in motion now. And no jet. Here comes the quarterback. He steps back, throws across the field, and it is caught down inside the 40-yard line. And that's going to be Upchurch with the ball down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's also one of the leading receivers on this team. Not only does he lead it in rushing, but he can get the job done in the air.
22 yards in the pass play.
And Mingus decides to take a timeout right here with 1 minute, 1 second remaining. Mingus up 7-0.
We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break with them and see what they're going to do defensively. We'll return here to Chandler, Arizona, coming up after this.
People always ask us what makes us different than other car dealers. Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everybody deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to care more, try harder, and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee that we'll try our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood this weekend or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
How long a minute is depends on what side of the ball you're on, Carson.
Yes, yeah, defense, just like, oh my gosh, they still got more time on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 minute, 1 second. We were discussing Sentinels, actually both teams still have 2 timeouts left in the half. Mingus leading 7-0. 1 back in the backfield now for the Sentinels, and they fake the handoff. They throw the little screen, and it is broken up, and broken up nicely out there. It looks like Matthey breaks it up, read the screen, and came out and knocked it down.
Yeah, all over that screen pass there. Seton ran that earlier in the game, had success on it. But that time Mingus knew what they were doing there, got pressure on the quarterback and on the receiver. Now this brings up a big 2nd and 10 play for Seton.
Got the Hansel brothers on both sides, outside receivers on both sides, and now a flag. And not exactly sure what the flag is. Oh, it's going to be a sideline warning.
Well, we've seen a few of those this year.
Yep, we have. Certainly so. So sideline warning, that's the first. Second one actually cost yardage. 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. 57 seconds left. Sentinels with the ball. Mingus with the 7-0 lead. Wallace in the backfield takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's got pressure, throws it up, overthrows his man. Upchurch didn't quite get out there, but there is a flag in the middle of the field, though. And that's going to stop the clock.
Yep, refs discussing here. We'll let you know what the call is.
Could be a very important penalty here. We have a hold, defensive hold against Mingus.
Man.
So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, an automatic first down against the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah.
11 penalties in the game so far. I told you the referees were trying to compete for yardage.
And they got to keep up on max preps too.
Yeah, no kidding. So 51, almost 52 seconds left. Now the line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 tight end to the far side. Quarterback comes to the near side, rolls, throws, has a man open. It's going to be Hassel. Jacob Hassel catches the ball. He is inbounds, and he is just inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Yep, 43 seconds left. The clock will start once the chains are set. Seton going with that hurry up. You know, really now that they're in the red zone here, they can and have a couple timeouts left. I think that a lot of their shots are going to be at the end zone.
Wallace pumps, has a man in the back of the end zone, and touchdown. It's going to be Christensen, who found himself in the back corner, and with 29.8 seconds left, the Sentinels go down the field and score.
Yeah, and you said after we scored that, you know, we look up at the time, there's 1:19 left, and too much time, especially with this aerial attack that Seton has. And you know, it's funny, soon game, no one's scoring all game. Every offense having a tough time moving the ball, you know, without the help of penalties. And then Mingus scores, and then Seton says, wait, you scored, all right, I want to score now. And it looks like we have a late flag on the play.
Colby Fanning coming off the field out there, and they're going to wave off the flag.
Yep.
And Colby will be replaced. Hopefully that's just an equipment thing. Hopefully. So the 14-yard touchdown pass. And there's the kick. It is up, and it is good. We are tied up with 29.8 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll return to the Seton Sentinels campus here in Chandler, Arizona. Back after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Wallace to Christensen ties it up here for the Sentinels on their home campus. Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval along with you. The extra point was good, and we are all tied up at 7. And you wonder whether or not this is going to be some sort of a squib kick to just try to put the Mingus Marauders in the middle of the field. Mingus has 2 timeouts left and just under 30 seconds left to go to try to make something happen. And it will be booted. It is returnable. And here comes Nelson from the 30. He's got a seam to the 40 and caught and downed at about the 33-yard line. So 23.1 seconds left to go and 2 timeouts. We'll see if Mingus can respond.
Yeah, interesting to see what Coach Ortiz wants to do here. Again, you have Chaz, you know, who you could just throw the ball up to really any time, and you got a really 50, I'd say more like 70-30, the chances he's going to come down with it most of the time. So, you know, or they might just run it out and play for the second half.
Interesting to see which way they go. They've got Jimenez and Mestis this side. They got Streck and Taylor on the far side. Nelson still in the backfield. Sentinels not playing prevent.
No.
Safeties are still only about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. Actually 10 and 12. Zabala's in the backfield. Quarterback looking to take the snap, and here we go. We're underway, and there is a throw to the near side. It goes to Jimenez. Jimenez will get out of bounds past the 40, but a flag on the play from Mr. Active on the near side.
Yeah, he's getting that arm a workout.
Yeah, he is. And it's going to go against Mingus.
Another penalty.
8th penalty on the Marauders here. 49 yards, though. 8 penalties, 49 yards. But more importantly, it took 3 seconds off the clock, so 20.9 seconds. Well, 1st and 15 now, and the ball inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. So we'll see if Mingus digs deep to playbook page number 48.
Yeah, they looked like they were setting up a quick bubble screen to the outside here, and they had picked up about 10 yards on that play, but refs say nope, bringing it back, and we're still waiting on the refs.
Not sure exactly what the question was. Obviously a pre-snap penalty. You can't do any kind of runoff or anything like that.
No, and we just got the line judge down there hovering over the ball. Same with the white hat.
One safety now back 20 yards. And Mingus trying to line it up here. Tight formation for the Mingus Marauders. Quarterback's up under center. And Mingus is going to take a knee and run the clock out. And they will be content, or at least they will, go into halftime with a 7-7 tie. We'll go through our halftime report, the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report coming up in about 5 seconds from now and a commercial break. 7-7. The number 5 Sentinels, the number 7 Mingus Marauders, according to Max Preps. All knotted up at 7 at halftime. We'll return after this.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're a dealer for you. Located on 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. Stick around for the first half recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now, let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Well, here in Chandler, Arizona, home of the Seton Sentinels, we're all tied up 7-7 here at halftime. Carson's along with us as we are in the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report. And, of course, you can always go to MattSaysYes.com, MattSaysYes.com. In fact, every vehicle, you can go and look on the dashboard somewhere, and they're going to have an envelope. It's going to have all the information. It's going to tell you what that vehicle is sold for in other areas or in this area. Similar vehicles, vehicle history, all of this. It's like they're telling on themselves to make sure that you know you're going to get the best deal at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, our halftime sponsor here in Chandler, Arizona. And the game is gone pretty much like I had anticipated. 7-7. Knew it was going to be a tight game all the way through.
Yeah, knew it was going to be tight. Maybe not this low of scoring, but credit to both defenses. Seton's come out really. It hasn't really stopped Mingus' run game, but done a good job limiting them from the big play. And Mingus has done a good job limiting Seton's aerial attack until the end of that second half. They just marched down the field with 1:19 left on some big pass plays. And, if Mingus wants to win this game, they are going to have to cut down the the penalties. The penalties are just taking them out of drives, putting Seton into good positions to score, and eventually it's going to be tough to overcome.
As you take a look at the first half, the first 22 minutes was posturing. Back and forth. Actually, Mingus had an opportunity at one particular point, had the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line. No, penalty. Penalty after penalty after penalty brought the Mingus Marauders back. Seton had the ball all the way down to it was first and goal from inside the 3, and the Mingus Marauder defense stood. Even on a 4th down conversion attempt. Interesting that Seton didn't go for the field goal, and instead tried to punch the ball in, unable to do so. Mingus's defense stands. Both of these defenses, if you will, goal line stands deep in their own red zone. Then you go through 22 minutes of that, right? And we get to the final 2 minutes, and Mingus comes down, actually gets the ball back with about 4.5 minutes. A drive that was Nelson, breather, Nelson, all the way down. They get down to the 27-yard line. They take a shot at it as Antoine goes up for Chaz Taylor in the corner of the end zone with 1:19 left to go. A 27-yard pass play to Taylor for the first touchdown. Rodriguez has added the extra point, and when we went to break, I went, did we leave Seton too much time on the clock? And apparently we did. They only did half of it. With just under 30 seconds left to go, a 14-yard pass, Wallace to Christensen. Nice to see him back on the field. He went down earlier. The extra point was good, and here we are knotted up at 7. And interesting that all the offensive fireworks takes place in the last $1:20 of the first half.
So coming into the second half, I'm going to think, if any team gets down in the red zone and they got a chance to put any type of points on the board, field goal, anything, they're going to take that because their points just aren't happening as easy as they have been in the first couple games for these two teams.
No, certainly so, and I think both squads are a little bit frustrated with it because both squads have been able to move the ball. Now, we went through this in the pregame report, the Vinny's New York Chef pregame report, and we were talking about Mingus outscores Seton in 3 games. Mingus is averaging 44 points a game. Seton is averaging 37.5, but they're giving up less points per game than Mingus is. And when you look at the point spread, they're almost identical. They're within under a point of each other. A winning point spread of 21 3/4 or 21 2/3 versus 22.5. So, it is absolutely amazing how evenly matched these squads are, and it shows on the scoreboard. We're going to take a break here from Chandler, Arizona, home of the Seton Sentinels. We'll return for more of the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report coming up after this.
People always ask us what makes us different than other car dealers. Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everybody deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to care more, try harder, and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee that we'll try our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood this weekend or see all the deals at MattSaysYes.com.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here in Chandler, Arizona, the Sentinels and the Marauders tied up at 7. We've got a battle underway, a huge game for both squads.
Yeah.
One team will continue to be undefeated. One team will have their record marred for the 2018 season, and both of these squads trying to posture for playoffs already in Week 4.
Yeah, you got to take the wins anytime you can get them because, you never know what's going to happen with PowerPoints. It's a funny game, but, that's just how it goes. It's been that way for a long time. So you got to win the games when you have a chance. And Mingus, obviously, opportunity to win here. Tied 7-7. They got to come out, execute in the second half. Defense has played great tonight. They've been, they're A+ from them so far. Forcing turnovers. I can't say enough about that goal line stand. That was huge to keep Seton out of the end zone. Something that teams haven't been able to do. And now they just got to limit the penalties. That's, a big all season. That's the one knock on Mingus so far this year is the penalties. And if they want to win this game, they're going to have to cut back on those. 8
penalties so far against the Mingus Marauders, 49 yards against them. Let's take a look at the stats for the Seton Sentinels. Quarterback Vincent Wallace is having a pretty good first half. He is 11 for 16, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions out there. On the ground, Keyshawn Upchurch, he has been able to carry the ball 9 times for 21 yards. Not the success the young man is used to. Jacob Hansel, the big receiver, 6'6", 220. He's got 119 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns coming into the game. He's got 5 receptions and 62 yards in the first half. Colton Christensen only had 67 yards catching the ball. He's got 56 here in the first half, 3 receptions and the only touchdown for the Sentinels. For the Mingus Marauders, Antoine Zabala is 3 for 7, 45 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He's been sacked 3 times in the game so far. Alex Nelson's been the story for the Marauders on the ground. 14 carries, another 119 yards. The ever-ready bunny, no doubts indeed. Chaz Taylor, 1 reception, 27 yards. Nelson has 1 for 8. Mestis has 1 for 8. Bessler has 1 for 2. Only 4 receptions so far in the game. It has been mostly on the back of Alex Nelson. We're going to take a break. When we return here to Chandler, Arizona, the home of the Seton Sentinels, we'll go through probably the second half, what has to happen, what expectations are. We'll return after this.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Chevy.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Well, the first half is in the books here at Chandler Seton Sentinels, the Chandler Seton Catholic Sentinels. And 7-7 all knotted up here. And, oh, there's Nick Yatsenko.
Hey, look at that shot. Hey, buddy.
We'll wave right back at him out on the field.
Good.
That huge apparatus up on his shoulders. He must be strong.
Oh, I mean, one of the strongest.
Yes, absolute bull with that thing on his shoulder. No doubts here. All tied up at 7 as we're coming to the close of the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report. Go see Travis. Tell him that Carson and Jackie said that you want to see the little envelope on the dashboard and you want to learn all about every vehicle out on the lot.
Yeah, get over there as soon as you can.
Absolutely.
Right after the game. They're closed, but get over there.
However, I know Vinny's is not closed. You can probably stop in, get a pizza, watch the game going on. While you're getting your pizza, you can take it home. You can eat it there. They've got new dining facilities, by the way, which is absolutely fantastic. NFL Sunday ticket and so much more. Here, the second half keys to the game. Obviously, penalties is certainly an issue. Mingus gets the ball first in the second half. I think that's important.
Yes, Mingus. They had success on their last drive with the big pass play to Chaz. I would think if Mingus is going to have success in the second half, they can't rely just on Nelson alone. They got to spread the ball around. Maybe sprinkling Fanning for a couple runs. Continue to use Chaz in the offense. Maybe get Streck involved in the pass. I mean, Bessler, everybody, get them all involved because Nelson's working hard. He's working for every yard he's getting. And, it's not coming as easy as it has in the first 3 games. So he's going to be a little bit worn out. Still continue to feed him, but some other guys are going to have to step up.
So what you're saying is the Marauders can't live on Alex alone.
No, you can't. I mean, he's one of the best players in the state, but we got to get other guys involved. That way we can keep the Seton defense on their heels,
Certainly so. 119 rushing yards in the first half. Obviously trying to get to another 200-yard rushing game, no doubt. Mingus wants to be able to put the ball up and become a diversified two-sided offense once again. Defensively, Mingus is going to have to play against that fast attack. Seton, all they have to, at this particular point, key to the game would be pretend there's only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Seton found success towards the end of that half, getting in the hurry up, spreading Mingus out, and throwing the ball. So look for them to incorporate that into the second half with that passing game. Because they found success with it. They're late against Mingus, and they're going to go back to it. There's no doubt about it. They're going to go back to it.
7-7 here at halftime. Depth of the bench could play a major role here in half number 2. No doubts about it. We'll return for quarter number 3 and kickoff coming up after this.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
This has been the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Halftime Report. They're a dealer for you, located on 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. We'll return for exciting Mingus Marauder football second half action on KYBC 96.3 FM, online at myradioplace.com, or Verde Valley TV Cable 1, Channel 56, Suddenlink Channel 2.
People always ask us what makes us different than other car dealers. Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everybody deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to care more, try harder, and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee that we'll try our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood this weekend or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
Well, Mingus is already on the field saying, let's go, boys. Let's play some football. 7-7, all knotted up here at halftime. Coming up, quarter number 3. Kickoff ensuing, coming around the corner. And it'll be interesting. It would be very interesting to have been a fly in the locker room at halftime to find out what both of these teams might be planning here for the second half. The one thing that I can say is that it has really turned into the battle that everybody has expected. Number 5 in the state, according to Max Preps, being Seton. Yep. Number 7 being Mingus, matching up, and these two teams are responding exactly the way that one would expect these two teams to respond.
Yeah, it's a dogfight out there tonight. You know, what we expected on our way down here, we were talking about it, you know, all the things, you know, again, we didn't think it maybe it'd be 7-7, maybe around the maybe 21-21 mark, but, and there was an opportunity for both teams to get to that score.
Certainly 14.
Yeah, definitely 14, but, you know, 7-7, you know, basically 0-0 ball game. So, yep. You know, just start anew. Mingus gets the ball, something different than the first half. So then give them an extra possession. Maybe this could be the difference in the game.
So it's like just playing a half a game, just starting it with a few more bruises.
That's right. Yeah.
There we go.
A little more tired.
Right. Well, this particular game has an awful lot of feel from, or it's reminiscent. It feels like the last meeting between these two squads, 2012 second round of the playoffs, where Seton won that one 28-21.
Yeah, both evenly matched teams here. They're gonna both making big plays towards the end of the second half. Both teams have playmakers, so look to the big time players in the second half to make some big plays.
Kickoff comes down to Nelson. He is a playmaker. He'll take it at the 8. He'll try the right-hand side. Has some room to run. Cuts up underneath. Bounces off a one-man. And will get up off the turf right at about the 30-yard line. So Mingus will start off with decent field position.
Yeah, we actually had a little break there from the student section during halftime. They kind of settled down, went to the snack bar, got some more sugar in them, so I'm sure they'll be hyped up for the second half.
Mixture of sugar and caffeine, I imagine, yes?
Yeah, just what they need.
Right, exactly. Well, here come the Marauders. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Spread formation, Zabala and Nelson in the backfield. They do hand off to Nelson. Nelson tries the left-hand side and gets bottled up and pushed back. And late, can I say it again, late whistle.
Yeah, and now there is a flag, and I think they're going to call it on.
Something against the Mingus Marauders.
So Nelson runs the ball, gets stood up right at about the line of scrimmage. Forward progress stopped, but refs don't blow the whistle.
Right.
And they just let the Seton Catholic defender throw Nelson to the ground. So, we had one of our offensive linemen sticking up for him. Says something maybe to the ref or to another player, and, I said Mingus got to cut down on the penalties in the second half, but that should have been going against Seton there.
Well, yeah, honestly, and you won't hear me say this often, that penalty was actually on the referees.
Yeah.
They should have stopped that play.
Yeah.
It was obvious to anybody who was watching, except anybody in the student section who wasn't watching,
No.
So unfortunately, 2nd and 24 from the 16-yard line for the Mingus Marauders. Zabala's back, throws near side. He's got Streck. Streck breaks a tackle down the sideline, cuts in and gets his legs cut out from underneath him as he jumps over a would-be tackler, and he gets a lot of it back, but will be marked way back. Holy cow, I thought he was much farther
Are they
along.
going to call him out of bounds?
Holy cow, apparently they did call him out of bounds.
There was no whistle?
No, there was not. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 as they get 17 on the play going to Streck. So the Marauders with a 3rd and somewhat manageable. There's the snap, and quarterback throws. He's got Streck. Oh, just off his hands.
Yeah, I know. Usually that's the one Streck brings in, 99 times out of 100. Unable to get it there, so that brings up the 4th and long, and Mingus is going to have to punt it away here on their first possession of the second half.
Upchurch will go back for the Sentinels. Last punt attempt by the Mingus Marauders, a bad snap over Rodriguez's head. Gave the ball up to the Sentinels at the 31-yard line, and it took a phenomenal goal line stand from the defense to prevent a score on that particular drive. So Upchurch is back at his own 30. Mingus going from left to right across your television screen. Good snap this time, and it is blocked. And it is going to be out of bounds, and there comes a flag because you can't do that. And it's going to be right at the line of scrimmage. So Seton should get the ball back at the line of scrimmage pending the penalty here. The original line of scrimmage would have been the 33-yard line. So,
yeah, refs still discussing.
So the blocked punt, yep, they are still talking about it. Mingus, unfortunately, porous in the offensive line on that particular play.
Yeah, there was 3 guys from Seton in there able to have a chance to get a hand on that.
It was a fantastic blitz. There was no doubt about it. And it looks like the ball is going to go back against Seton, and that would have been for the late hit. And it's going to still be first down Seton ball at the Mingus Marauder 45-yard line. So Mingus with a little bit of room behind him. However, that's not the field position they wanted to force Seton to start in. So Wallace comes out. He'll have 3 receivers to the far side, including Upchurch, with an empty backfield and 2 receivers to the near side. Mingus has to spread it out a little bit. Wallace waiting for the snap. 11-17 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and they fake, and Wallace takes off and runs, gets caught from behind by Streck, who brings him down, and McCauley lands on top. Short gain, give him 3.
Yeah, so we just coming up on 11 minutes here in the second half. 7-7 score here. Great field position for Seton to start this after the block punt. And Mingus's first punt almost blocked. Second punt, bad snap. Third punt, finally, Seton gets to it, and not good for the special teams here.
Empty backfield again. Wallace throws to the near side. That one should be short. And they're going to call that, yeah, that's a catch. Wow. So apparently Hansen did get his hands up underneath that one. That looked like it bounced from here.
And so 3rd and short for Seton Catholic. Upchurch in the backfield along with Wallace.
We're waiting for the snap. 3 receivers far side. He'll go to the outside. Throws, has a man. First down. Mingus catches it. But it'll be enough for a first down. Give him 6 on the reception out there, and that's going to be number 3 on the reception.
Yeah, doing just what they needed to pick up the first down. Everyone knew where the sticks were on that. Able to pick up just enough, and they continue to move here on this drive. Mingus defense, he'll put in a bad spot. They held in the first half. We'll see if they can do it again.
So Keneally with the catch out there, 6 yards on the reception, 32-yard line of the Mingus Marauders is the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Sentinels. 9:50 left to go in quarter number 3. All tied up at 7. Here come the Marauders. Wallace is back. He's in trouble. Escapes, gets to the outside, throws the ball up, and it is caught. for a touchdown behind the defense is Christensen. A 32-yard touchdown strike. Wallace threw that one on the fly.
Yeah, on the line and on the run. Also add that in there, just a bullet, and it looked like Jimenez had his head in the backfield and maybe thought that Wallace was going to take off, and maybe just got a little bit of separation from the wide receiver, and that was just enough for Wallace to throw a dart in there for a touchdown to take the lead, 13-7. And there is a flag on the field.
And they're looking over to the Mingus sideline, trying to explain the flag. Or asking Mingus what they want to do with the flag, I guess. Unsportsmanlike, and it's going to be against the Sentinels. So I believe Mingus has the choice to take it on the extra point attempt or take it on the kickoff. I believe that is the option out there for the Marauders. Number 10 going to kick out there. Dominic Constantino with the extra point attempt. There's a snap, good hold. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. 9:37 left to go in quarter number 3. First drive for the Sentinels finds pay dirt. A 32-yard dart to Christensen from Wallace. It's 14-7. The kickoff coming to Mingus. Coming up after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
2 touchdown receptions by Colton Christensen. That one 32 yards. He's got 4 receptions in the game for 88 yards, which is better than what he's done all season long. So young man's having the game of his career so far, right?
Yeah, he is. And that you can't put that score on Mingus defense. They were put in a bad spot from the special teams there. The punt team just unable to execute for the second time tonight, and it costs them.
That's going to be a ground ball kickoff, and it'll get by the Mingus Marauders. And Taylor will pick it up. He tries to go to the far side, gets caught, and dropped all the way back inside the 20. So the 15-yard penalty against Seton assessed on the kickoff, and a bad hop goes over Taylor's shoulder, and he finally picks it up, and unfortunately Mingus starts in poor field position at their own 17.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd get a little break there with the penalty, but an excellent kick there, and you never know where that football is going to hop, and it takes a funky one over the shoulder of Chaz, and credit to the kickoff team from Seton busting their butt down the field and making a nice tackle.
So 1st and 10, the Marauders now trailing for the first time. 14-7, they hand it off to Nelson. Nelson cuts it back up inside. Red jerseys combine and collide, and it's going to be a gain of about 3.
Yeah, again, I like, get Nelson going here. Maybe, he can break one open. He's just waiting to get to that second level and take it to the outside. I know he's due for one.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Well, that's typically the way that it works. It's a little whoops.
Yep.
Sometimes all it takes is that one miss. There's the handoff, and here goes Nelson. He has some running room up the middle, runs over the safety, but he's able to hang on and bring him down. So Nelson punishes and picks up about 14 on the run.
Yeah, doing a nice job finishing his runs with both hands on the ball. Crucial to hold on to the ball, can't fumble, especially here in a tight game like this. You don't want to give Seton any more chances.
Mingus takes their time out there, 8.5 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. Trips to the near side. One back in the backfield. Streck will motion and move. And there's the handoff. He follows Streck, and Nelson gets the handoff. He'll pick up a decent 4. Just off tackle to the far side. And that loud bang was somebody dropping their water canister instead of our equipment. That's a good thing. But a flag on the play.
Yes. And we are waiting to see what the call is. And looks like we have some Seton players upset, talking with the official.
Ooh.
And it looks like we got some Seton players pushing, trying to corral number 2 out there. That's Van Brubro. So,
So 4 yards on the carry and then 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike penalty.
And Mingus not the only team out here with some bad penalties. Seton doing the same thing, just shooting themselves in the foot.
There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw. Antoine's in trouble. Got to get rid of it. Puts it up. Has a man behind the defense. There's the catch and out of bounds on the far side of the field. Fabian Jimenez found himself behind the defense, and he's down to the 12-yard line.
And Zabala with an excellent throw. Does a great job escaping the pocket on the run. Throws a beautiful ball to Jimenez, but Zabala is down on the sideline. He took a big hit, and he's rolling around there. Hopefully, maybe it's just the air got knocked out of him. Hopefully Zabala will be able to get up. But he looks like he is in pain.
Well, it completes 36 yards, and that is not a good thing for the Mingus Marauders. Neither one of these teams can really afford to have any kind of penalties or injuries. So Zach Figge warming up for the Mingus Marauders. And Zabala crawled off the field. However, if he would have stayed on the field, then Figge would have more time to warm up here.
Yeah.
But they're going to move the chains slowly and actually give a little bit of time, which is a good thing. I thought Jimenez had a chance to actually stay in bounds and get into the end zone because he was well behind the defense out there as Zabala had brought the defense up. And
Zabala is up walking, so that's a great sign.
Oh, that's a fantastic sign. Big sigh of relief from every Mingus Marauder fan. You even saw Old Glory move.
Yeah.
The gasp. Holy cow. So, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Zach Figge, the sophomore for the Mingus Marauders, will go out there to take at least one snap for Mingus. Taylor will be to the near side. Offensive line is out there waiting. And here comes the crew. It'll be Bessler and Mestis on, no, it'll actually be Taylor and Mestis on the near side. And it's going to be Kendrew Streck in the backfield.
Mm-hmm. A little Wildcat.
And it is Wildcat, and out there it's going to be Nelson. Nelson's going to run, cuts it up underneath, has some room to run, down close to the end zone, and they are going to mark him short inside the 1-yard line, which should be enough for a first down as Mingus goes Wildcat on the Sentinels.
Yeah, they had success with it last week. And even going back to last week, I feel like we just always fall short right at about that 1-yard line. Just can't punch it in lately.
Well, we'll see what we're going to do at this particular point. Full backfield out there for the Mingus Marauders, and it's going to go to Nelson. Nelson, left-hand side, stops when he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Mingus. A 1-yard touchdown plunge for the Mingus Marauders, and they are a Rodriguez extra point away from tying this one up.
Yeah, had a couple seniors step up there. Quarterback goes down, and the ball is going to come out for to hold the snap. So looks like we will see him back at the quarterback position. Hopefully we'll see him at the quarterback position. But again, Nelson and Streck just getting back there, making things happen. And credit to that offensive line up front there, doing a nice job pushing the Seton Catholic defensive line back. And a huge answer right here for Mingus.
There's the kick, there's the hold, it is up, it looks good, and here in Chandler, Arizona, number 5 and number 7 all knotted up at 14. We'll return for more third quarter action coming up after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Well, Mingus has faced adversity and has been behind by a touchdown before against Sholo and against Mesquite, now against Seton, and they respond to tie it up with 7.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter as Rodriguez comes out to kick off to Seton one more time. Approaches the ball at the 40 and pops it up. It's going to be close to the 20. It will be returnable. It's dropped, picked back up. Bounces through and caught and dropped at about the 32-yard line. So Mingus able to contain it, and trying to see, it looks like Machado with part of the tackle out there.
Yeah, so it looks like if you want your team to score, you have the other team score.
Right.
And then they'll come down and score.
Is that how this works?
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to get really confusing. So Seton will come back out on the field. Wallace almost 200 passing yards against the Mingus Marauders, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions so far in this one. Mingus will line it up here. They'll take over at their 26-yard line. That's going to be the line of scrimmage, so 1st and 10 from there. So good job containing for the Mingus Marauders. Conversation near side with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And they're going to back him up. And
we kicking it again?
And it appears as though they're going to make Mingus do a re-kick. So I didn't see an offsides. That's the only way this can happen, is Mingus with an offsides that would force a re-kick, a 5-yard penalty.
Looks like you're getting set to re-kick.
Yeah, so Mingus will kick it off again here. Maybe they go with the onside, Jackie.
Now, interesting that they're going to set it up. Are they going to set it up at the 40 again? So this makes it an official do-over. Now, it could be there were offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
Which is the only way that I can now see this.
I didn't see any flags, though.
I didn't either. Normally, my eyesight is extremely sensitive to yellow.
We got to give that white hat a microphone.
And this one's going to go a little deeper down to about the 15-yard line. It is returnable and through the middle, and looks like Machado makes the tackle again. And this time the ball is going to be at the 34-yard line. So whatever it happened to be, it ends up an 8-yard advantage for the Sentinels with 7:24 left to go in the third quarter, tied up at 14.
Whew. We got a good one here tonight.
We do. I didn't bring my heart medication.
Oh, man. I'm not giving you mouth-to-mouth.
Point noted. All right, so Wallace in the backfield, empty backfield. He's got nobody to hand the ball off to. Wallace looking to take the snap. There it is. Looks to his right, gets a little bit of pressure, throws, has a man, and he gets out of one tackle and unable to get out of the second one.
Yeah, and that's number 87. That's Josh Hansel, younger brother to Jacob. He's the junior out there, but, you know, another big target and a first down for the Sentinels, and they hustling up to the ball, getting ready to snap it again.
That's his second reception in the game. Wallace comes near side as it goes to Jacob Hassel, and he's cut down after a short gain. Little bubble screen goes for about 4.
Yeah, and they're moving quick now. They're going into that hurry up. Wallace out there barking orders to his offensive line, to his wide receivers.
3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Mingus comes up defensively. Wallace steps back, pumps, looks, has a man far side, and it is caught on the far sideline.
Out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds is the call. The intended receiver looks to be Upchurch.
Yeah, he did catch it. Ref says nope, out of bounds when he came down with it. So nice defense there from the Mingus secondary, forcing the wide receiver into the sideline. They're using the sideline to their advantage.
At the same time, Wallace put that ball at a spot only his receiver could get. But it does bring up 3rd and 7 now for the for the Sentinels, the Seton Sentinels, at the Mingus Marauder 44-yard line. Wallace again, all alone in the backfield. He's going to get lonely, barking out, trying to make Mingus jump. Mingus doesn't. He steps back, looks to the near side, throws, and out comes the penalty. The receiver went down, and the flag comes out.
And it looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference on Jimenez. Looked like maybe some feet got tangled up, but not going to matter.
Rough call against the Mingus Marauders. And that's going to be an automatic first down. It's going to keep the drive alive and the chains moving for the Sentinels. So 10 yards and a first down. And that is going to be the 11th penalty on the Mingus Marauders. Now 79 yards. 34-yard line is the first down marker for the Sentinels. One back in the backfield. Wallace comes to the far side, has a man, throws, and it is not caught. Broken up out there by the Mingus Marauders. And it was intended to number 16 out here, Michael Kenny. Struck, broke it up. There was ball and collision.
Yeah, Wallace trying to thread the needle there to the man going across the middle, but good defense there from the Mingus Marauders, and with 6.5 minutes to play, Seton faces a second and long. 2nd and 10, in fact, from the Mingus 34-yard line. Wallace takes the snap. Oh, broken play. He's got to go to the outside. Mingus will catch him. He will scamper forward, but he expected Upchurch to be on the other side. Yeah.
Showed him the ball. He wasn't there, so he just took off running.
Yeah, actually does a good job getting something out of that, because really nowhere for him to go. And now 3rd and 9 for the Sentinels, and huge play for the Mingus defense right here.
They're going to go empty backfield once again. Last third down conversion came via penalty. Stacked receivers far side. Spread 3 to the near side. Wallace looks to the near side, pumps, throws, has a man. Ball is up and the ball is caught. Touchdown, Jacob Hassel. 34 yards in the air over the top. And the Sentinels take a 20-14 lead.
Yeah, and that was Fanning on the coverage there in good position. Just Wallace threw an excellent ball, and I mean, it's when you're throwing to a guy that big, you know, really can kind of put it wherever you want, as long as it's high, taller, as long as you put it above the arms of the defender, and he did just that. And another touchdown, big touchdown pass from Wallace. So they take the lead 20-14 with 5:46 to go. Extra point coming here. There's the snap, good hold, ball's up, and it's good. So Seton takes a 21-14 lead, and now we're starting to see some offense.
Certainly so. In fact, we had 7 and 7 at halftime. We've had 21 points here in the second half so far, and a penalty flag on the far side. And well, both teams are going off the field. We're gonna keep it here at the moment and try to figure out what the penalty is. As the referees are looking over at Mingus's side. And dead ball foul, personal foul, and it's going to be against Seton.
Personal foul, Seton.
Oh, wait, no, now he's saying
now he's going
personal
against
foul,
Mingus.
So I don't know if it's offsetting or he was saying, my bad, that was actually on Mingus the whole time.
Well, I'm going to interpret my bad, it was against Mingus the whole time, because they're going to put the ball from the 40 and then now they're going to move it to the 45. And so now this brings up the possibility of a squib kick or some sort of an onside with the ball. You're kicking the ball off on Mingus's side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, if you go an onside kick and it goes 10 yards and Mingus gets it, they get it at the 35, which, you know, they've had better field position than that tonight. And, you know, if you do get it, then you're in great field position to score. So Hans team up front has to be ready. You know, Mesquite came out last week, went right late or early in the third quarter, went with the onside kick, and it was successful.
Yeah, it was actually a great play. The ball barely went across the 50, and he flipped it back.
Yeah.
Literally flipped it back to trailing members. And they are going to kick it deep and almost, it hits the upright. Almost kicked it into the field goal, which would have been quite awesome.
Yeah.
So that was probably the best kick we've seen here tonight, 55 yards in the air. That might have even been strong enough for a touchback from the 40.
Yeah.
But instead, Mingus will take over at their own 20 with 5:46 left to go. Now, last time Mingus had the ball, they capped off an 82-yard drive with a 1-yard plunge from Nelson as he gets back into the scoring ways.
Yes, nice for him to see the end zone, and they went with the Wildcat. So Zabala's back out on the field, so I don't think we're going to see that, although if the Mingus does get down, or actually, excuse me, Nelson's still in at Wildcat right now. I thought it was Zabala. It is Nelson, so Nelson and Streck in the backfield for Mingus.
They got a tight end on the near side. There's the snap, and this is the way they're going to go. And Nelson gets bottled up for a short gain, got around the corner, but was able to just pick up a little, give him 1. They got Bessler on that big defensive end over here, so you got 2 tall boys fighting.
Yeah, a couple of good-sized kids going at it. So not a short gain there. Still going with the Wildcat as Zabala is still on the sideline watching. So this is going to be tough for Mingus.
Definitely tough for Mingus. Takes away a lot of the throwing game, no doubt, as Nelson will try the left-hand side, breaks through for just a little, then gets turned backward, and will pick up about 2.
Yes, with Nelson back there, really no threat to pass the ball, so Seton putting everybody in the box, and now Figgy will come out onto the field. Looks like he's going to go, I would guess, take the snap here at quarterback. You know, it's interesting. We had Zabala come out for the hold. He did the hold for the extra point for Mingus' last touchdown, but he is on the sideline now.
So do you see him standing on the sideline or medical attention?
He's standing over here just by himself looking on at Seton's 35.
Figgy takes the snap and does hand it off, and around the corner goes Nelson. It'll be close to a first down, but short. Probably by a yard or 2. So give him about 5 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, so
Nelson limps off.
Not good, not good, not good. And there is a flag on the play.
Of course there is. Of course there's a flag, and we will wait for the penalty, and it's going to be a face mask penalty against Seton.
So,
break
there for Mingus, big time. You know, with Nelson limping off the field and Zabala out right now, some guys are going to have to step up for Mingus here, make some plays.
71 yards in penalties for Seton, 79 against the Mingus Marauders. 1st and 10 for Mingus. Figgy still in there at quarterback for the Marauders. There is the snap, and they give it off to Colby Fanning, and Fanning gets back to the line of scrimmage, I think.
And it does look like Nelson is going to come back onto the field, so that's nice to see. Still walking with a little bit of a limp.
So, yeah, no, he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Yard marker was a little bit behind.
Yeah.
So the line of scrimmage for the Mingus Marauders, their own 44-yard line. 2nd and 10 will get you caught up. Mingus trailing 21-14, about 3:10 left to go in quarter number 3. Figgy in there at quarterback for the Mingus Marauders, and he's going to throw to the near side. It goes to Bessler. Bessler slips, cuts up underneath, gains about 4, and he gets, give him about 3. And he slipped out there on the grass, able to regain his footing and get the ball forward. So 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, Figgy had to loft that one over a defender, and Bessler makes a nice catch. You can see the turf slip out underneath him, but does a good job cutting up field and getting something out of it. So now Mingus with a 3rd and I'd say a 7 here, long 6.
Yeah, probably 7 out there. And here come the Marauders, 3rd and 7 near midfield, and they hand it off, and it is swarmed. Nelson, and the ball comes out. Seton seems to think they have the ball.
And they're going to say forward progress was stopped. So Mingus will bring on the punt team. But with Zabala not out there, you know, Seton saying, please throw it. I dare you to throw it on us. And they're putting everybody in the box. And really kind of a predictable situation for Mingus that they were going to keep it on the ground as much as possible. They did try to air it out. Little screen pass to, or little swing pass to Bessler, but Seton again all over Mingus right now.
Good snap. Last one was blocked. This punt is going to roll, and it's going to be a good roll. Mingus is going to be able to cover it down to about the 32-yard line. So with a $1:38 left to go in quarter number 3, the Sentinels stop the Mingus Marauders and will get the ball back. But Mingus, a little battered and torn out here, and we've got another flag on the field.
Another one, Jackie, of course.
17 flags. 17 flags in this game so far, and we're not through 3 quarters. Obviously, we're training for the NFL.
Yes.
Unsportsmanlike against Mingus, and an unsportsmanlike offsetting penalties. And now the problem with that is unsportsmanlikes come with that 1 of 2 shots.
Yeah.
So a second unsportsmanlike penalty comes with a disqualification. You get to exit the game.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yes.
We had one of those last week with Mesquite.
Yes.
We had a player thrown out early in the game. So hopefully both teams will, you know, tighten up here, and nobody. We don't want to see any ejections. So
no, we don't. No, we don't. You know, that just changes the landscape of the game, regardless of what's going well, what's not going well. So Mingus puts their defense back out on the field, trailing by 7, 21-14. And obviously, Mingus's defense at this point, especially if the offense is hobbled,
yeah,
the defense has got to be thinking we need a score.
Yeah. Pick 6, scoop and score, something.
Wallace has one man in the backfield with him. Upchurch, there's the snap. He's going to throw. He throws, and it is knocked down.
I thought maybe we got that interception for the pick 6. I didn't see the ball bounce on the ground again.
No, well, that's because a big Griffin out there. Big Ryan Griffin, I think that was a double Paul spike.
Yeah.
And if this was volleyball, I think the ball's deflated.
Yeah.
In fact, you might want to change footballs right now.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic block. In fact, he had a pass defense last week. He had 2 of them.
Put him at DB.
Mesquite.
Why not?
Yeah, there you go. All right, so 2nd and 10. Empty backfield this time. No, he's got Upchurch back there with him. 3 receivers to the near side, and he fakes the handoff. Wallace comes back, and he goes down. It's going to be a sack out there, as coming across is number 22, Machado, and he got a piece of Wallace, and Wallace went straight down. He's holding his hand. That's not a good thing.
No, it looked, as soon as Wallace turned around after the play action, had Machado right there. Wallace does actually a good job avoiding the big hit, but Joe able to still get a hand in there, and looks like, or appears to injure Wallace as he's holding his wrist or his hand, and he's lucky he held on to that ball. That could have been a fumble right there. So back-to-back plays, Mingus doing a good job getting their hand on the football.
So it brings up a 3rd down, a 3rd and 16. Quarterback's back, looking to throw. He's in trouble. He scampers away. He's got a blocker in front of him, finds a way out, and then gets tackled back toward the original line of scrimmage. Mingus actually did a darn good job of containing that one. They give up 7 yards on the rush, but do not give up anything close to the 1st down.
And Chaz is going to go deep for this punt return here. Or actually, we'll see. Yeah, and they are going to put him back. And, you know, with the injuries we're having on offense right now, you know, this could be huge if Chaz is able to return it. And we'll see if Seton decides to run this clock out. There's 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and they do get the snap off. It's low. It bounces. It's on the ground. They're going to have to run it. And Mingus all over it. Bad snap, bobbled by the punter, and Mingus jumps on him, and Mingus is going to have great field position to start the 4th quarter.
Well, that's going to be McCauley and Tyson out there combining on a sack on the punter. So Mingus will get the ball inside the red zone at the 17-yard line on the turnover. So both teams having a little bit of snap trouble on the punt.
Yeah, the snap, you know, everything starts with a snap in football. It's the most important part of the play.
We're going to take a quick break. The third quarter has come to an end. It's 21-14, the Sentinels on top of the Mingus Marauders.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
'50th anniversary for Yavapai College. In fact, the Prescott Valley campus is celebrating on the 15th of September. Mingus looking to take the snap inside the 20 as Nelson from the Wildcat cuts it up underneath, spins off of one would-be tackler, gets a decent gain on first down, maybe up for about 5.
So Mingus continues to go with the Wildcat. Nelson back there taking the snaps with Kendrew leading, but Seton looks to be catching on to it. We'll see if maybe they got another play out of this formation here. Maybe we see Nelson go to the air with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's very possible because Kendrew Struck can throw the ball.
Yeah, or snap it, either one of them, you know, kind of lull this Seton defense to sleep with the run, and then maybe, you know, a little Mingus special.
Nelson back there for the Wildcat once again. And he takes the snap. He's going to follow Streck. He cuts up underneath and bounces off a one would-be tackler and down inside the 5. He's got a first down. So what's wrong with the Wildcat? What's your problem?
I'll just keep my mouth shut. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, they go. I'd say go do it again. Run it again. Same play right here. You know, I'd get right behind Kendrew, follow that big number 44 right into the end zone.
First and a goal now for the Mingus Marauders. They're going to go right-hand side, and there goes Nelson. What phenomenal blocking out there by the Mingus Marauders. Taylor, Bessler, and Streck just gave Nelson a lane. He could have skipped and dropped rose petals.
Yeah, just setting the edge right there. Big block from Bessler to really set it there, and a huge score for Mingus there, especially with Zabala injured, out of the game, and Mingus just finding ways to get the job done. And stick with that Wildcat. Run it the rest of the game.
4:48 is underway. We don't know that Zabala's injured.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I'm looking to get some confirmation on what happened there.
So a 5-yard touchdown run puts the Mingus Marauders within a Rodriguez extra point. This is huge. Snap is down. The kick is up and no good. No good on the extra point. 21-20. The Sentinels escape and have a 1-point lead kickoff. Coming down after this, we'll be back in Chandler, Arizona.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
So Mingus able to score, brings it to 21-20, down by 1. 10:48 left to go in quarter number 4. Holy cow. It has been a good one out here in Chandler, Arizona. First road game for the Mingus Marauders. Rodriguez will kick to the near side. It'll come down to about the 15-yard line. It is returnable and chopped down like a cherry tree by Fanning, right at about the 30-yard line.
Fanning just perfect open field tackle right there. Shedding a blocker, staying in his lane. Just great technique. He's been a true gem here on special teams.
So Fanning says, I cannot tell a lie. I did chop down the return man.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Vincent Wallace and the Sentinels taking over at their own 30-yard line with a 1-point lead. One man in the backfield. Twins to either side. There's the snap. Wallace looks to the far side, fakes, puts the ball up, has a man open, and it is broken up and caught. Is it picked off? Could it be? Chaz Taylor with the incredible pickoff. Unbelievable. The bobble in the air. A great job from Fanning coming back. And somehow Chaz Taylor with the magic trick. I got to check all of his hats.
Right spot, right time for Chaz there, just in a perfect position, but you got to credit Fanning. Pass deflection there. Receiver actually had it. Fanning makes contact as soon as the ball hits his hands. Ball pops up, and Chaz with an interception. Had one last week, too, just like that.
Yep.
Pass deflected. He gets it, and Mingus forcing another turnover. Now they're going back to the Wildcat. We'll see if they can march down the field one more time.
There's the snap. Nelson's going to run, goes right side, has some room, able to keep the legs going. He's past the 50. A 8-yard gain for the Mingus Marauder would-be quarterback. And that is now his 28th carry in the game. He's got 185 yards, 2nd and 2. I'm going to have to make more room for him on my scorecard.
Yeah, you are.
10 minutes left to go. Mingus trying to milk the clock here a little bit with the ball back. Nelson in the backfield takes the snap, tries the right side again, around the corner. Good lead block down the sideline, gets thrown down and picks up a first down.
And from what I'm seeing, Jackie, it looks like that interception from Mingus has really jump-started this offense. Mingus definitely has the momentum right now, and you can see the energy out on the field and the sideline. Everybody's up into this game. All our stands are up, and Seton calls a timeout here. Smart timeout from Seton. You know, just get regrouped. You have the turnover, and now Mingus goes back-to-back big run plays from the Wildcat. They really don't have an answer for Nelson back there.
No, we'll find out on the opposite side of this break what they're going to do. We'll return to Chandler, Arizona after this.
You got into a car accident. Well, now you got to put that behind you. It's in the past, and it's because you made the right choice. You had ABC Body Shop tow the vehicle. They help with your insurance company, arrange for a rental car, and the car looks fantastic. They cleaned it inside and out and even took care of the tow. ABC Body Shop is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Best of all, they care about their customers. They're located on Cherry Street in Cottonwood. Aren't you glad you chose ABC Body Shop? Call them at 928-634-6442. Him
and then boom.
Back here at Seton Catholic, Mingus driving down at the 32-yard line, trailing 21-20, just picked off a Wallace pass on a tip drill. Mingus in a Wildcat once again, and here goes Nelson looking to throw the ball, throws the ball downfield, has a man wide open, and touchdown! Chaz Taylor lulled him to sleep, a 33-yard touchdown pass. Nelson gets another touchdown, this one throwing.
And we were talking about this earlier. Continue to pound them with that Nelson and Kendrew 1-2 punch there. Kendrew leading, Nelson running. They went to it again. They went back to it. They ran it about 7-8 times in a row, and they go. It looks like they're going for it again. But all of a sudden, Nelson pulls up, throws it to Chaz, I don't know if he's ever been that wide open, and the touchdown. So 2 touchdown receptions there here for Chaz on the night, and this is a huge extra point, or two. Obviously, Mingus is going to go for 2 points right here.
You would think so. Mingus now leading 26-21. Obviously needs the 2-point conversion to get back to a 7-point lead. And obviously the Wildcat has been working. However, the field gets really skinny when you're down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and we were talking right coming out of the break. We were discussing. I wonder if Coach Ortiz has something else. Another play off of that Wildcat, and they drew it up perfectly. And I mean, just a huge turn of events here. Mingus scores a touchdown, kicks the extra point to tie it, misses it, and then Seton comes out with the lead. That looks what's going to be a huge pass play, gets broken up, picked off by Chaz. Chaz forcing the turnover there, and then scoring on the other end. Just awesome. That's what he does. He's a big-time player.
Well, these are 2 potential playoff teams going at it here in regular season. No doubt about it. Mingus comes in a spread formation. Nelson in the backfield in Wildcat. Streck is along with them once again. And they got everything spread out this time. There's the snap. Nelson tries near side, cuts it up underneath, and it is stopped. They're going to mark him short. Man. The line judge refuses to put his hands in the air. So 26-21, the 2-point conversion, no good. We're going to take a break with 9:45 left to go in the game. Mingus's kickoff coming up right after this.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
A 5-point lead with less than 10 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Mingus will have to put their defense back out on the field, kicking off to Seton once again.
Kickoff for the Marauders, number 21.
Rodriguez looking to kick off. Ball sits on the 40. It's become a beautiful night here in Chandler, Arizona. And there is a pooch kick. It's going to be short. It's going to drop. And it'll be on the ground. Number 13 picks it up. He'll go to the outside, has a little bit of running room, and will be hit and knocked down. Knocked out of bounds right at about the 35-yard line. So Mingus able to contain and keep from the big run back. Nick Lenars, number 4, making a tackle for the Mingus Marauders.
All right, Mingus defense here has to have a little bit of confidence here after forcing the turnover. We'll see if they can take that momentum that the offense gave to them and use it here on defense.
Trips to the near side in a bunch, which is a different formation out here. 1 man in the backfield. It's going to be Upchurch out there with Wallace. And Mingus will have to play the bunch to the far side of the field. They really spread him out. Wouldn't be surprised to see a run here. Wallace in the backfield looking to take the snap. There's the snap. No, he is looking to throw. He will throw the slant, and it is hit as soon as it is caught. Taylor comes up, number 16, on the catch out there, and that is going to be Kenny.
Yeah, and an excellent slant pattern run there, and that's exactly what the Seton Catholic team needed to start this drive now that they're trailing 26-21 with just under 9.5 minutes to play in the ball game.
That's Kenny's first catch of the season. It goes for a first down and 11 yards out there, and now they're looking to hand off. Upchurch in the backfield. Went down, probably should have gone down the first time because Kendrew Streck bent him over backward in a way a body should not return.
No, and I'm glad he's able to get up and walk that off. That was a nasty hit.
Do you know what that is for a man my age? Crippling. Okay, that was the first attempted run in the second half by the Sentinels, bringing up 2nd and 16, a loss of 6. Ball just at the 41-yard line of the Sentinels. 8:43 left to go, fourth quarter. Mingus leading now 26-21. Man in motion. Wallace back, looking to throw. Throws downfield and actually threw it behind his intended receiver, Upchurch. Streck was on the defense, stretched out for it. I don't think he got a hand on it, though.
No, but Machado was coming in off the edge there, and you know Wallace could hear the footsteps behind him, had to kind of rush the throw, and it falls incomplete. So now Seton Catholic, 3rd and long. You got to be looking past here if you're Mingus. I don't think Seton's trying to run this ball.
I certainly do not think they're trying to run the ball at this point. And sitting in the middle of the field, I'm not sure they're thinking 2-down territory either.
No.
So Wallace in the backfield. He's got one man in the backfield. The line's moving a whole bunch out there. Mingus showing blitz. They back off. Wallace looking to throw. He gets out of the pocket, comes to the near side, goes to throw across the field. He has a man wide open. It's Christensen for the touchdown. Gets open behind the defense once again. A 59-yard touchdown strike puts the Sentinels back on top.
Yeah, and it looked as though Mingus thought Wallace was going to take off and run with it, so they kind of stopped running in the secondary, and he just able to get right behind everybody there, and Mingus just gives up a touchdown they just couldn't afford to give up there, especially with the third and long, and now Seton takes a timeout.
Well, they're down to one timeout in the game, and the question is whether or not they're going to go for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game.
Yeah, and I would think they would. You know, that you got to, you go up 2. Well, I mean, big deal. What does that do? Got to go for 3 that way. If Mingus does happen to get down in scoring position and they do kick a field goal, it's still tied and you're not down by 1. But Mingus just could not afford to give up that touchdown there, especially on a 3rd and long like that, unable to get the pressure they wanted on Wallace, and he has a lot of time to sit back there and make a decision whether he's going to throw it or run it, and it's tough for the secondary to stay with your man that long, but they lose a guy and he gets wide open for the touchdown.
And he throws back across the middle of the field, which most quarterbacks are taught you don't do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. But, I mean, there was no one near him, so I guess he got away with it that time.
Yeah, it didn't look good in films.
No.
Well, it'll look good in Seton's films, not in Mingus's films.
Not in Mingus's, no.
So they're going to come out looking like they're going to put personnel on the field as appearing as though they will be going for the 2-point conversion out here, which I completely understand. And they're going to spread out the big bookends, the Hassel brothers, and watch those quick slants coming inside. Christensen's going to bounce to the outside over there. They're going to put Upchurch over here. And they're going to have Wallace in. He's got one back in the backfield with him, so they still can hand off the ball. Wallace takes the snap, looks to throw. He's got some time, throws the ball high, hard. And, of course, the flags fly from the near side and from the backside.
Yeah, they're going to call pass interference on Mingus. There looks a hold on Mingus, so they'll get a redo, bring it a little bit, half the distance here, and we'll run it again.
Now, that doesn't hurt as bad as a penalty. That's going to be a yard and a half.
Yeah.
However, it certainly makes it easier to run the ball in for a 2-point conversion now.
Yep.
Pass interference on Mingus.
Now, Wallace comes all the way to the near side. We're not doing the picture boards anymore. We're doing verbal.
Yes. And
they're going to take another timeout.
Or who's taking the we got an injured player, and it's a Mingus guy down, and have to see who we can get a number there.
We do. That might be Jimenez, and he just went down. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. It is 27-26, Seton on top as they administer to Fabian out there in the end zone. I didn't see him go down.
No, big pile up in the middle there, and so now he's down at the end of the end zone, unable to see what happens. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll check on him in 30 seconds. We'll return to Chandler after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Well, what was a 7-7 tie at halftime has absolutely taken off. If you're just joining us here on KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM, Fabian Jimenez has just popped up in the end zone, which is a good thing. He hopefully will be able to walk off on his own. It was 7-7 at halftime. Third quarter action, a 32-yard pass to Christensen gave the Sentinels a 14-7 lead. Mingus came back with a 1-yard run from Nelson and was able to tie it up 14-14. 34-yard pass from Wallace to Hassel in the third quarter. A little less than 6 minutes left to go, made it 21-14. Mingus tied it up with a 5-yard run, missed the extra point. 21-20, and then after a interception by Nelson, Mingus, a 33-yard pass, Nelson to Taylor. The 2-point conversion was no good, and here we are with a 59-yard pass to Christensen. Wallace is in the backfield now. He's got a bunch formation to both sides, 2-point conversion.
Quick, yep.
And he runs it up the middle, and Mingus will...
No, he didn't get in.
If
they put him in the end zone and not our,
they do. They put him in the end zone.
Come on.
The line judge on both sides very slow to make a call, and it's like they wait until everything underneath the pile happens.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty quick call. I don't know. They were quick to call that a touchdown, but, when we had Nelson down here, I don't know.
Well, it now becomes a 29-26 lead from Seton.
But, they try to do a little trickery there. Wallace looking to the sideline, acting like he wasn't going to get the call. It's like they just come out from a timeout. Right. Obviously, everybody knows what they're doing, and then he rushes up to the line of scrimmage trying to catch Mingus off guard and able to sneak it in there. So frustrating there if you're a Mingus fan, but now they trailed by 3, 8 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Well, a ton of time left in this football game, and we'll see if we'll let you know if you'll see if you're watching the game if we continue to go with the Wildcat.
Well, certainly so. That is certainly the expectation. Nelson back for the Mingus Marauders, trying to give himself good field position for his quarterback duties.
Yes, right? Help himself out here.
And they're going to bounce this one up the middle, and it's going to take a slow bounce, picked up by the Mingus Marauders, coming near side, a little bit of a string, and jumping back inside is going to be Taylor. Taylor, 2 hands on the ball, up to the 37-yard line. A little juke and jive for the senior from Mingus Union High School.
Yeah, Wade's kind of trying to read what that football was going to do on the hop. Fields it cleanly, able to maneuver his way into good field position for the Marauders.
Certainly not bad field position, as Nelson's going to come out. And
looks like Linares is going to be out in the slot.
Yeah, he's going to take Fabian's spot out there, as Fabian's going to take a breather on the sideline. And Figgy is in there for a quarterback for the Mingus Marauders, and there's the snap. Figgy's going to throws to the near side, and it is almost picked off, trying to throw it to Strick. Ooh.
Yeah,
holy cow, that was close.
Well, that would have been a touchdown if he was able to hang on to that. And it probably should have been a touchdown. He just hit him and dropped it. He'd want that one back, and Figgy would definitely want that one back. They had that read the whole way, and so Mingus decides not to go with the Wildcat. Now they're going to talk it over here.
Streck's going to move in. Figgy's going to come off, and looks like Nelson's going to be back in there at the quarterback. No, pardon me. Figgy's still going to be there, and he does hand it off. Nelson cuts up underneath. Oh, tackled by the helmet. Just about had his head ripped off. The referee sitting right there just sets the ball. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, nice to see Nelson pop up from that hit.
Amen. That was actually dangerous. That was dangerous, and no call in the middle of the field. He was tackled by the helmet.
And a big third down here from the Mingus offense with 7.5 minutes to play.
3rd and 6 for the Mingus Marauders. Streck is in motion. Bad snap. The ball is on the ground, and Nelson will be able to cover it and is able to get the ball back and possession back, but it's going to bring up 4th down for the Mingus Marauders.
And it will be a punt situation. Now this is the time you got to get off a good punt here. You got to make Seton at least start on their side of the field. Protection is going to be key here. They have been getting in there all night. I wouldn't expect anything less than Seton to bring the house here, try to block this punt. So Mingus got to stay home, got to expect the pressure and lay down a couple blocks. Low snap.
Bad snap, and a bouncing punt is going to stop. Let's see, Matthey's going to cover it at about the 42-yard line. So they do get it on the Sentinel side of the field, but not by much.
No, now this is, it's going to be defense here. The Mingus defense is going to have to step up, but once again, try and force a turnover, force Seton to punt. You got to get the ball back to the offense. You have to.
No doubts about it. Time becoming a factor. 6:44 left to go in the game. Mingus trailing in the 4th quarter, 29-26 at Seton Catholic.
And Nelson is actually in on defense. So it looks like he is going to take Jimenez's role.
Bunch formation, far side. Wallace in the backfield. Sparky now commands. He's got one man in the backfield.
I'd watch the run right here. Oh, and they're going to go empty here.
They are indeed, and there's the snap. Wallace looking to throw. He's hit as he throws, puts the ball up, and it's almost picked off. Chaz Taylor, almost an acrobatic catch over the top of the receiver without touching him.
Yeah, excellent. Or just, Chaz, you couldn't play that any better, and he doesn't, just lays out for that. And if he would have been able to bring that in, that would have been something. Just perfect position, perfect defense, and now that's not doing it. Now that Seton didn't get any yards there, Mingus can now maybe bring some pressure here on this play, force Seton into something, a mistake here, maybe an interception or a fumble. They got to be looking, especially when they wrap up, be stripping that ball out.
Certainly so. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 man in the backfield, 3 to the far side. Wallace puts a man in motion. Waits for him to pass. Then he takes the snap. It is a pitch coming to the near side and knocked out of bounds, and the ball comes out. Fumbled out of bounds. That was the ball release that you were looking for. A loss of 4 on the run. And they say he did not get out of bounds, even though the ball went out of bounds. Clock continues to run.
So Machado doing a nice job setting the edge there. Had a man blocking, but keeps his outside shoulder free and does a good job forcing Upchurch over to the sideline there. And now similar situation here to when Seton scored on their last possession. It had a 3rd and long. Mingus let a man get behind him. Now they got to make a play here.
Certainly so. 2 receivers either side here for the Sentinels. There's the snap, empty backfield. Wallace makes a fake, throws to the near side, has a man, and he loses the ball. The ball is knocked out. Did he get back on it though? He did. It's going to be 4th down. Josh Hassel coughed up the ball after he got hit. He gains about 7, and boy, the ball bounced back to him. Holy cow, that was lucky.
Yeah, just, Mingus back-to-back plays there, able to knock the ball loose. Just too bad it's so close to the sideline, not able to jump on it. But they do their job. They force the punt, and now Mingus will get the ball back with just around 5.5 minutes to play.
5:42, in fact. Mingus trailing by 3, 29-26. 4th quarter action here at Seton Catholic in Chandler, Arizona. No wind to speak of, as the Mingus Marauders have Nelson back for the punt. The punt is up, it is high, it is returnable. Nelson with the ball, cuts to the outside. He's got a little bit of room, inside, outside, gets around one man, able to get away from another block, keeps going forward to the 40-yard line. Decent field position for the Mingus Marauders. No litter on the field.
Unbelievable. No flag. There hasn't been a flag in a couple plays here. What's going on? Something must be wrong. Oh, yeah.
Actually, any play that, honestly, if a play goes 8 seconds long,
yeah,
that's a lot of time for somebody to not do something.
Yeah.
And somehow
it's easy to grab a jersey during that time.
It is. You lose a block.
Yeah.
Somebody turns their back on you, whatever the case is. You get frustrated, whatever the case. 1st and 10 for the Mingus Marauders. 5:26 left to go in quarter number 4. Bessler comes in. They'll put him to the right-hand side in the slot receiver position. There's the snap, and there's the flag. You blew it, man.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yep.
That's on me. Jeez. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Was it maybe
maybe it was an equipment
issue? Yeah.
Could have been an equipment thing.
Okay, so good. No flag. I didn't jinx us. Not yet, at least.
Okay, not yet, at least. All right. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Somehow a second came off the clock, though. There's the snap. Nelson's going to cut it up underneath. Cuts it inside behind his center and picks up 3, and that gets the clock rolling. It'll get down close to 5 minutes before they get another play off here.
And again, having another game coming down, looks like going to be to the last possession.
That's what happened last week. Holy cow.
Exciting football. Gotta love high school football.
Indeed. 205 rushing yards for Alex Nelson. And he takes the snap. He's going to follow his block near side. He's got a little bit of running room. Around the corner, slips, and goes down right at about the 30. And they're going to mark him just short.
Yeah, you think they'll measure it, Jackie?
I do not know. And do we have a flag down? Yeah, the line judge is coming over to talk with the white hat. We'll see where the ball is going to be. The ball would have been just short of the 30 at the 29 and a little change. And they are going to mark it off.
Man, that hurts right there. Now that Mingus had a possibly first down. If not, it would have been a 3rd and inches. And now they're going to go back. Going to have to be second and 12, 11.
Yeah, 2nd and 12. Certainly so. 13 penalties against the Mingus Marauders so far this game, 91 yards. Nelson in at Wildcat. Zabala's out. There's the snap. He's going to follow his man to the near side. They wrap him up. He somehow cuts out from underneath it, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Man, that kid can put the brakes on. Holy cow.
Yeah, and we have a flag here at the end. And looks like this might be on Mingus here.
It was 2nd and 11 from their own 39-yard line. 4:27 left to go. Mingus trailing 29-26 in the 4th quarter. And the referees back-to-back flags playing a role here. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike against Mingus. And an ejection against, it looks like Nelson coming off the field. And that's going to make him unavailable for next week.
Wow. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Now, I wonder, he must have either had one earlier or maybe a punch was thrown.
I didn't see a punch. I know he took a heck of a shot there at the end, which may have been questionable in his mind in regards to a late. And the referee making a huge difference in the Mingus Marauder season.
Oh, and so
ouch. That's going to play a role.
We got Coach Ortiz talking to the referees over there. So we'll see if we can, I mean, obviously we don't know what's being said over there. Maybe we can get Coach Ortiz mic'd up here in the future. I don't know if he'll go for that, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Third and, oh my goodness, nearly a quarter of a field.
Yeah, and it looks like Chaz lining up back behind the center. So now what do you try to pick up some yards here and play the field position game, pick up, I mean, if you can get the first down, great, but the chances of that aren't great when it's third and a mile. So you try to pick up some yards here, punt it, hopefully pin them deep, and then hopefully your defense can come up with some stops, and you got your timeouts you can use. But again, with no Zabala and now no Nelson, Mingus' two leading offensive players, this is going to be a tough hole to get out of.
Taylor will take over at quarterback, and he'll step back looking to throw, puts the ball up, has a man downfield, and it is knocked away, intended for Kendrew Streck out there. They just put up a jump ball.
Yeah.
And trying to make something happen. So 4:09 left to go, and Mingus will have to punt the ball away. Fourth down, 4th and 24 from their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, and it is 4th and a mile here. So punt, and this is, wherever this lands, it's going to be good field position for Seton. So now it's going to come down to Mingus defense. Hopefully they can get a stop. And and that's not a good punt from Rodriguez. And we got a Seton coach trying to mark off where the ball went, and ref goes right where he was standing. So that's nice.
Well, that's going to put the ball back pretty much at the original line of scrimmage. The ball goes back out of bounds at Mingus Marauder territory at the 42-yard line. So Mingus's game here is first and foremost being able to stop the run. So far, they've been able to stop the run in the second half. They have contained the running game for Seton.
Yeah.
So they could force the pass. If they can keep the pass from functioning, maybe they can get the ball back with not a lot of time rolling off the clock. Mingus still has 2 timeouts left to go in the game.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, it is a close one. Lots of things have happened. Holy cow, we got to get you caught up. 29-26, fourth quarter action, 4:04 left to go. Mingus trailing by 3. Seton taking their time, barking out calls. Double tight formation, 1 man in the backfield. That's going to be Upchurch. 1 receiver either side. And there's the snap. They give it to Upchurch. Upchurch tries to turn it back up inside. Gets contained, corralled, and down again. A late whistle when progress is stopped.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a gain of about 3. Gonzalez gets a tackle out there for the Mingus Marauders. Gain of 3 on the play.
And I wouldn't see why Seton, I would imagine, would take as much time as they can here. And, if Mingus able to get a stop right here and maybe just hold them to a couple yards, you take a timeout. Well, we'll see how Coach Ortiz decides to play out this final 3.5 minutes.
Wallace takes the snap and looks to hand it off. Goes to throw, has a receiver near side. Christensen breaks away from a tackle, caught from behind by the Mingus Marauders, and down inside the 10. Christensen has been the all-everything for the Seton Sentinels here tonight.
Yeah, so now inside the 10-yard line here, Mingus has had a goal line stand earlier in the game. They need another one here. Obviously, a lot of guys playing both ways. Exhaustion's got to be setting in. But, if you're able to dig deep, now's the time to do it. Need a big play. Force a turnover here. Be getting your hands in, trying to rip that ball out whenever you get the opportunity.
177 receiving yards for Colton Christensen here today against the Mingus Marauders. 1 man in the backfield. Fresh set of downs, under 3 minutes left to go. Wallace looks like he's just waiting for his wife to get done shopping.
Nice one, Jackie.
Yep, standing out the side of the store. Now he's calling out a play. There's the snap. He gives it off, And an open hole and into the end zone out there for Upchurch. He gets a rushing touchdown to extend the lead 35-26 against the Mingus Marauders.
And that puts the Sentinels up 35-26. And they're going to kick this one here, try to make it a 10-point game. And then, so that means Mingus is going to have to, with 2.5 minutes left, score quickly, kick the onside, get it back, score again. You know, crazier things have happened, though. So
in high school football, anything can happen. I guarantee you that. There's the hold. It's down. The kick is up. And when players are showing you their back, could it be a hold? Maybe, maybe not. We'll return. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. A 10-point game. Sentinels on top, 36-26. We'll be back after this.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
So the Mingus Marauders, Chaz Taylor back deep for the Mingus Marauders. Alex Nelson on the sideline, who has been removed from the game. He has been ejected from the game. Antoine Zabala, we haven't seen him since early in the third quarter. He has been on the sideline. Mingus has been limping through the second half. There is the ground ball kicked out there to the Mingus Marauders. It's picked up. Colby Fanning loses it, jumps on it, and will get the ball back at about the 25-yard line. So Mingus, it is 1st and 75 with 2.5 minutes left to go.
Yep. They need something special to happen right here. Got to score quick. They do have some timeouts left. And we'll see who they decide to put back at quarterback, and it will be Figgy. You know, we saw Chaz in there last series, but really just in there to throw a jump ball to Streck.
All right, so yes, Figgy will be in at quarterback for the Mingus Marauders. And there's the snap, and a handoff will go to the far side. It'll go to Colby Fanning. Fanning will get back to the line of scrimmage. And the clock will continue to roll.
Yeah, coming up on 2 minutes here. Mingus really in no rush to get the snap off.
Well, Figgy's getting some experience out there, the sophomore for the Mingus Marauders. Spread formation, one back in the backfield out there with him. That's going to be Fanning. Looking for the snap. Figgy takes the snap, hands it off, and Fanning goes opposite direction. And he's tackled, dumped on his head, but he'll pick up about 2, maybe 3, bringing up 3rd and 7 for Mingus.
And we'll see if they decide to go to the air here, try and pick up this first down.
Got Mestis Blenars.
Under 1 minute, 20 seconds left, and Mingus might just try to run out this clock.
Well, you got Streck and you've got Taylor on the far side. Looks like they're going to a press. One back in the backfield. Figgy takes the snap, and he does hand it off, and Colby Fanning will go forward and pick up about 2 before the pile shoves him back. So 3rd and 5, 4th and 5 out there for the Mingus Marauders with the ball at the 30-yard line. 36-26, under 40 seconds left to go. And Figgy stays out on the field, and it looks like Mingus is in no hurry. In fact, it looks like Mingus is in a hurry just to get this game over. I think Mingus has been hurt enough on this game.
Yeah, really not. I mean, again, your two most productive offensive players so far this year out of the ball game. Zabala been out since really the beginning of the second half. So now Mingus calls timeout with 10 seconds left.
So, looking for the trick play.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have to lose at this
point?
You know, might as well try something.
Yeah. Let Figgy air it out.
Absolutely. 10 seconds left. You know, show punt, throw the ball, put 14 on the field. You try something, you know?
Yeah, something. I like that. See how many you can sneak out there.
Right. Happens a lot in JV.
Yeah.
Actually, in JV and freshman, more often than not,
Yeah.
you end up with 12 or 10.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to miss that.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got 10 out there or you got 12 out there, it's really easy to miss that.
Yep.
It's when you start scratching your head when you're like, how did we have 9?
Right.
How did we have 9 out there? Did we really have 14 on kickoff, and why didn't we catch that? So Mingus lines up to go for it. Figgy takes the snap, looking to throw, puts the ball up, has a receiver downfield, and he will be intercepted by Christensen, and that's pretty much how the game is going to end. That was as good as a punt, honestly. They threw up a jump ball out there as it's intercepted at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Mingus was hoping that clock would run out there, but 2.1 seconds left. So Seton will just get into victory formation here, and looks like Mingus is going to drop their first one of the year.
Yep, Mingus will drop to 3-1. Experts, don't know who they are, expected that Mingus would be 1-3 through the first 4 games. And this has been the toughest game that Seton has had by far without the exiting of the starting quarterback and the starting running back. You wonder what kind of game this could have been.
Yeah, I mean, really the passing game was absent in the second half once the ball went out, besides, you know, the little trick play where we got the ball to Taylor from Nelson, which was a great play, but really that was really the only thing we could do passing wise, and it just caught up to us, unable to move the ball when we needed to, unable to pick up the big chunk yards, 3rd and longs. But a good hard fought game for me. They didn't give up. You know, I'm sure that they're going to go back to the drawing board after this, correct what needs to be corrected, and, you know, got to move on to Cocoa.
Certainly so. Coconino, another away game coming up next week at the Flagstaff Coconino. Here tonight, your final, the number 5 team in 4A. The Seton Sentinels take down the number 7 team in 4A, the Mingus Marauders, 36-26. We'll come back for the Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing post-game report coming up after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Hi, I'm Crazy Tony, and the reason I'm here today is to explain to you what Crazy Tony's markets are all about. We offer the same amenities as other gas stations and convenience stores. What sets us apart is what we do with our profits. We are going to make a difference in this valley. We will be supporting local nonprofits and missions, and we will also be supporting youth programs. So come on by a Crazy Tony's. We have 3 convenient locations. Together we can make a difference. Have a great day and be safe.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
You got into a car accident. Well, now you got to put that behind you. It's in the past, and it's because you made the right choice. You had ABC Body Shop tow the vehicle. They help with your insurance company, arrange for a rental car, and the car looks fantastic. They cleaned it inside and out and even took care of the tow. ABC Body Shop is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Best of all, they care about their customers. They're located on Cherry Street in Cottonwood. Aren't you glad you chose ABC Body Shop? Call them at 928-634-6442.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Postgame Report, brought to you by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Well, the Mingus Marauders fall on their first road game of the year, 36-26 to a Sentinel crowd, or team that put the ball up in the air today. Holy cow. The first 22 minutes of the game scoreless.
Yeah.
And then 2 touchdowns in the last $120 in the first half. 27-yard touchdown pass to Taylor and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Christensen for the Sentinels. It was 7-7 at halftime. Second half action, third quarter, 9.5 minutes left to go. A 32-yard pass, Wallace to Christensen again, made it 14-7. 3.5 minutes left, a 1 yard or 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Zabala's out of the game. The Mingus Marauders are missing their starting quarterback. A Wildcat formation. Nelson leads the troops down the field, and a 1-yard plunge is good. Rodriguez adds the extra point. It was tied up 14-14. Third quarter action, 5 minutes 46 seconds left. A 34-yard touchdown toss to Jacob Hassel from Wallace. The extra point by Constantine was good. It was 21-14. Fourth quarter action, Mingus comes back once again in the Wildcat. Again, 5-yard run, right-hand side, great blocking. And the extra point, no good. Mingus was now down 21-20. Fourth quarter action still. 9:45 left to go. Immediately down the field go to the Sentinels. But no, actually, an interception. Pardon me. Chaz Taylor on a tip drill gets the interception. Mingus comes back the other way. It ends up a 33-yard pass. Nelson to Taylor.
Yeah.
And the two-point conversion attempt was no good, apparently. 26-21. Mingus was on top at that point. Fourth quarter, 8:19 left to go. A 59-yard pass. Wallace finds Christensen again. 3 touchdowns for that young man from the Sentinels here tonight. The two-point conversion, a run by Wallace up the middle, was good. It was 29-26, a 3-point lead. Could have been enough right there. 2.5 minutes left to go, and Upchurch with a 9-yard run late in the game. An extra point by Constantine made it a 10-point game. 36-26, your final. And Mingus played a heck of a game through 3 quarters. Started falling apart there in the fourth quarter, but losing players.
Yeah, and Zabala went down early in the third quarter, and getting word from a lot of people, concussion for Zabala, and if that is the case, hopefully he'll be able to recover as soon as possible. Looks like when he got tackled over there, maybe head hit the ground pretty hard, and we saw him pace on the sideline. I'm sure he wanted to get back in, but you got to take precaution, especially when it comes to the concussion. So again, we want him to heal up as soon as possible, and then you go over to Nelson, who got tossed from the game, and as you mentioned on the broadcast, that means he's going to be ineligible next week against Cocoa.
Right, that's definitely going to hurt, and if Zabala is unable because of concussion protocol, Mingus could be losing the top 2 yard getters, the offensive players in 4A. Nelson and Zabala could be missing from that Coconino game next week, so that could loom large. That could be an echo from this game that rolls over into a week or 2 into the future, which would be absolutely huge. And when you start against Cocoa, you're starting against Grand Canyon region teams, so this is region play that would be indeed up for grab nonetheless. Once again, the Sentinels defeat the Mingus Marauders. They move to 3-0. The Mingus Marauders drop to 3-1 on the road. So says the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard here on Verde Valley TV. We'll return to the Ghetto's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing post-game report coming up after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet, just off Highway 260 next to Walmart, or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
People always ask us what makes us different than other car dealers. Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everybody deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to care more, try harder, and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee that we'll try our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood this weekend or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here at Seton Catholic, the Mingus Marauders fall to the Sentinels 36-26. A fantastic game on the television, on the radio. Might be an expensive game for the Mingus Marauders here. Yeah. What's going on in other games? What's other action?
So I got a few scores from around the Grand Canyon region. Bradshaw beat up on Greenway tonight 42-20. Prescott took it to Deer Valley 57-7, and Peoria with a big win over Mojave 52-14.
Yep, I saw that. Now, Greenway and Bradshaw were both undefeated going into that game, so that'll be an interesting one, how that one works out. Seton Sentinels here tonight. Vincent Wallace, as advertised, came in with 536 passing yards, ends with almost 900 passing yards in 3 games. He had 360 passing yards here today. 21 for 31, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, Mingus stopped the run game. Sentinels could not run the ball. They had 9 yards on 22 carries. Leading rusher Keyshawn Upchurch ended up with 13 carries and 23 yards. Almost everybody else went backward. The story here tonight is Colton Christensen ends up with 6 receptions, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jacob Hansen ended up with 8 receptions, 105 receiving yards, and boy, they did it through the air. What Mingus did was they did it on the ground. Okay, and in the air, we'll start with that. Antoine Cibola for a half of a game and a little ends up 7 for 9, 98 yards. With 1 touchdown and 1 interception in the game. Nelson had a touchdown, throwing the ball for 33 yards as well. On the ground, the story was Nelson, 32 carries. That's going to be one tired young man. 205 rushing yards, another 2 TDs for the young man, giving him 60 points on the season. Chaz Taylor, man, he is a touchdown receiving machine. The last 4 receptions of his has been 4 touchdowns. Had 2 of them here tonight for 60 yards. A reception out there for Menes, who went out of the game and did not come back, by the way. 36 yards for him. Nelson had an 8-yard reception. Strek had 1 for 17. Mestis 1 for 8. Bessler had 2 for 5 yards in the game. Mingus had 106 yards in penalties, 14 penalties against the Mingus Marauders, including some really costly ones for the Marauders. Possibly, well, we'll see. We'll see if Zabala can come back, if Fabian can come back. We know if Nelson was indeed ejected like we thought, then he will be gone for the Coconino game coming up next week as well, which could be very dangerous going into region play. Who do you like for players of the game here today?
So defensively, I think I'm going to go with Chaz. He had a huge interception. Great play. Second game in a row, a little tip drill interception, and then finishes, once Mingus gets the ball back on offense, finishes with a huge touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, so that's kind of a offensive kind of. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Got to give kudos to Nelson. Another 205 yards on the ground, 32 carries. That's a lot of leg work. That's playing both steers, both oxen, and had to turn around and play wildcat. with Antoine going down. Zach Figge got a little bit of experience out here. The sophomore getting some varsity play time. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And being able to get other players involved, with the offense and defense, we're going to see a lot of that working, especially into this next week, to see how Mingus is going to respond to some of the diversity that they may have been facing down here in Chandler, Arizona. Well, we're going to conclude out our Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing post-game report. Once again, the Mingus Marauders fall to 3-1, a 10-point loss to the Seton Sentinels in their second matchup ever, as Seton now 2-0 against the Mingus Marauders. We're on the road at Coconino next Friday night. At Coconino, not in the Dome, at Coconino. And we hope you will join us and come on up, root for the Mingus Marauders, or catch us on the radio, or, of course, on Verde Valley TV. We want to thank Nick Yatsenko, Ruben Koyanse. We want to thank John Stabe, our producer, Ryan Griffin, Lacey Saravo back at the studio keeping us on the air. And, of course, for Carson Sandoval, I'm Jackie Bessler. Have a fantastic, wonderful night. Good night, everybody.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on KYBC 96.3 FM, online at MyRadioPlace.com, or Verde Valley TV Cable 1 Channel 56, Suddenlink Channel 2.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.